Hello, hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hello, Matus and Chrissy and Leif and Stingray and Ghastly Jew, aka Jose. Welcome to the stream. I'm not having a seizure, I'm fucking dancing, my friend. I am dancing the night away. But I'm done. I was headbanging. You can't headbang to Mega Man? Oh, I guess I can't capture. I just realized, like, I'm like trying to figure out all the ways that me doing this from my work laptop's gonna be bad, and I just realized that the YouTube browser has like internal stuff in it when I'm doing it from the YouTube office. Anyway, I'm here in the Doom room. As you can maybe see, I don't even know. Let me see that. Yeah, there we go. Doom. Haha. Room, and we're gonna be playing Mega Man 3 tonight because I wanted something simple so I could talk to you all, and I also wanted something a little bit short because I'm fucking exhausted. So, hello, Spiffy Mark. It's just one poster. Yeah, no, there's nothing else special about this room. There is an inclusive meaning best practices thing up here. At least, unlike the Gauntlet room, it actually does have a poster from the game it's for, which is very different. Also, I don't have to be, like, you know, quiet here. It's weird. Hello, Proto Sam! Hello, hello. So I have no idea if my computer's going to, like, melt like it usually does when I stream from a Mac, so we'll just have to see. Classic Google Decor. No, it has, like, a poster for some other, like, game that's not Gauntlet. And we opened a bug about it, and they were like, yeah, the Ruse team, like the Workplace Resources team, has decided this is the way it's gonna stay. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? So we've got all kinds of cool stuff we can talk about tonight. We talk about the SNES Mini, with its official release of Star Fox 2. We can talk about VidCon and the new channel that I'm going to be making. Yeah, I filed a bug on a conference room. If conference rooms are broken, man, you gotta file bugs. I didn't file that bug, but someone in the team here did. And I got closed as working as designed. That is correct. I got closed as WAI. Selfie Raid, hello! New channel, that's right. I am considering a new channel, although I realized today that what I really want to do is basically already being done by another YouTube employee as part of his job, and the fact that I'm not thinking about doing it with official YouTube permission is maybe not going to work out. So I may have to rethink this. Hello, Sophie Brecca! Hello, Green World! Hello, Mike Rylewolf! Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, Sophie. I am so sad that we missed you this year at VidCon. My thoughts on the officially confirmed Super Nintendo Classic Edition is like, what the fuck, Nintendo? Like, if you're going to keep producing this shit, like, are you gonna actually make it this time? Or are you just gonna continue to do the same thing you did last time where no one could actually buy the goddamn thing? So yeah, so Creator Insider is a channel that's done by YouTube, that is, oh, come in! Hold on, I gotta figure out how to add, like, a camera so you can see my special guest, who just walked in. How do I do this, and then that, and then, no, I don't want to do that. Do the other thing. Get rid of you. Buttons are hard, man. Buttons are hard. So I have a special guest here with me, who you're gonna see momentarily, I think, if I can figure out how to add a camera to my screen. Ah, there we go. There. Hello. There. Jose, you said I should get Gar so that I could get the views, so I brought Gar here, sort of. Hello. He brought himself, really. Yeah. So if you have not seen Gar before, this is Gar. So when we type Gar like that, that's Gar. That's that one. So how did you become the yellow face Gar?
I just kept spamming in Gava chat because I loved it.
Okay. You're just like this is the best emoji ever, and therefore you became associated with it. And then after we like added it to YouTube Gaming, you actually made it like your official Google profile avatar.
Yeah, it is.
It is now your official Google profile avatar. So let's get some Gars in the chat. That's right. And then the Kevman and Spiffy Mark are here, and Jose and Brad Pritchard and all these people.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, you make a Gar. There's a Garlol. What's the name of the website you work with?
Oh, it's GarPR.
GarPR.
It's just
there
like
you go.
A ranking website for the local community here in the Bay Area for Smash Brothers.
Yeah. So when Jose told me to go inside and find Gar, I actually walked up to the area where Gar was to find him sitting on the couch with 3 other people playing Smash Brothers. So I found a Gar in his native habitat. Buffering? What the fuck? That is not Comcast. Buffering 900. Yeah.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is a problem that I had with the other night when I was doing my 360 stream. It's OBS on my machine somehow. So I'll have to figure that out maybe. Anyway, yeah, blame Comcast is my default default reaction, of course, when when things go bad. I'm not even on Google Guest. I'm on Google A, I think. Yeah, I'm on Google A. I got like real solid official Google. So I assume that I'm connecting to the internet through some way. There's probably like servers near here even. Like I would guess that my like ping times to the 8.rtmp.youtube.com are pretty short. So let's find it out. How many milliseconds does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll Center of a Tootsie Pop? That is not my password.
That's a very long password.
That is my password. Yeah, so I am 3.7 milliseconds from the server I'm broadcasting to. So that's not a Comcast problem. That's just my computer.
Oh, you're on a MacBook Air. I just realized.
I mean, I am, but I don't know why. Like, so, after like between 1 and 20 minutes of broadcasting, OBS just stopped sending like all of the data. So that was why our like 360 stream.
Oh, yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah, it kept buffering. So it's the same thing. And I thought it was our house Wi-Fi at the time. Turns out it was not our house Wi-Fi. It is something about OBS on this computer. So that's excellent. I'll just have to randomly stop things. Hello, lag switch. One hop or die. That's right. Yeah, all 4 milliseconds. I'm just in big trouble here. You're in a tunnel in part and still got the stream. There you go. Anyway, yeah, are you gonna hang out for a while? Or are you going?
Oh no, I'm heading out. I was just dropping by to say hi.
Okay. Well, Gar says hello. So everybody say goodbye, Gar. Put some Gars in the chat for Gar. I appreciate you stopping by. Have a good night.
I will tune in when I get home, probably.
Am I gonna see you on Wednesday at Six Flags?
Yes.
All right. I'll see you on Wednesday at Six Flags. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Alright, so throughout the evening, every time the stream buffers, just let me know, and I will have to stop streaming it and restart streaming, because apparently I live in a world where OBS is, like, bad or something. Hello, Mega Crap! Yes, so I did not actually know that there was, like, a YouTube-wide... Oh, I should change the game back to on. Alright, on button. I miss my Stream Deck. I just want to push the button. So yeah, there's a Six Flags trip. It's not Max in general, like there's something about my OBS setup that is busted. And I don't know what it is, because I streamed from a Mac for 9 months, so... I mean, OBS has a problem. I will talk down any software that has problems. I don't care if it's YouTube, I don't care if it's whatever, like, I'll do anything. Yeah, I know, I miss my Stream Deck. So yeah, you could have gotten a guest pass. Well, Mark couldn't even get to VidCon, and he already had, like, tickets for that. He probably didn't have tickets for that. But yeah, he couldn't get out there. You're gonna be there? Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I knew that. I'm dumb. I should have guessed that, rather. This is my favorite Mega Man game. Yes, it is. Mega Man 2 is pretty close. They're about comparable, but Mega Man 3 is the one that I have the most memories of as a kid, and so this one's probably my favorite. I'm actually much better at Mega Man 2 because I've played through it more times, because at one point I was going to do a race with Soy Bomb, and I never got around to it because I felt like Soy Bomb would kick my butt too much, so you'll be in Sunnyvale tomorrow? Well, it's on Wednesday. So that's not gonna work. Yeah, so the Stream Deck basically has a couple things. Like, one, it's got support for macros. Like, you can set up hotkeys and then connect them to the Stream Deck. But it also has built-in support for a bunch of different things that are, uh-oh. Oh, are you fucking serious? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on. Apparently, like, Loopback has, like, a 10-minute, oh my god, seriously? You're gonna charge me $100 for that right now? Is that seriously what you're gonna do? Fine, fuck it. I am buying this license because I love you all this much. Yeah, so apparently Soundflower, which used to be free, is now Loopback, which is $100. And so in order to capture my desktop audio, I have to install something. I have to buy something that costs $100, like during my stream, because I was not careful about reading the trial limitations, because I'm a fucking moron. So give me 1 second. Hopefully not everybody just saw my credit card number. 01 blah blah 8257 4381. That wasn't even the field. It's supposed to have my phone number, my number in it. I did actually read one number off of my card before I realized that reading my card number out loud was a really stupid thing to do. But all the rest of the numbers were just bullshit to throw you off. So don't even try it. It won't work. All right, pay now. Maybe my credit card number is not valid. I just read it out on the internet. Oh, I can't read my own credit card. Let's try this again. Okay, chat is where? Alright, remember card. What did I buy? Loopback! A loopback license key. I'm just making $100 impulse buys. Yeah, the audio started getting static because of that. Here, let me mute this while we're doing that. There we go. Hopefully there's no static now. Yeah, I will totally make $100 impulse buy. Alright, here's my code. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so Loopback is a piece of software that allows me to put in, alright, now fully unlocked. So now, hopefully, when I start playing the game again, there will not be white noise on top of it. Alright, and then I can read chat again. Yes, $5! Oh, wow! Enter a real credit card. Alright, my credit card number is 6287-4833. Alright, I think I killed the static. Maybe not. If I didn't, let me know. Yes! There you go. Yeah, the Super Nintendo Classic is definitely an interesting thing. You crashed me. Fucking hell. Yeah, so if you want to fund audio for this stream, feel free to throw more super chats at me. It was not Jose, it was me. It was me, it was me. It'll be me all night long. I have no idea why OBS is broken like that. I wonder if there's like any setting I can change that would fix it. Like, I can't think of anything that I'm doing to— Oh! Okay, I'm gonna stop streaming for a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, now hopefully I'm back. Hello! And hopefully there's not too much noise. Hello. Okay, so now, I believe— Thank you, Stat. I appreciate it. That's great. I now have Loopback for free. You are brilliant. Stat is the man. Hashtag Stat for $100 donation. Yeah. All right. So I just figured out that I was using Apple's hardware encoder for all of this time. And I've never used that before, but that's a thing different than what I've ever done before. So given that it's a thing that's different, you should get rid of different things. But yeah, so Stat, you're fucking awesome. Audio brought to you by Stat. Stat, the man that you want if your beard needs to look beautiful. Stat, the man who is gorgeous. Stat, the man who can give a bear hug like no other. Stat, check out Stat. I should have done that in this mode. Stat, the man who can give you a bear hug like no other. Welcome to Stat Theory. Okay, I think we're done for now. Thank you very much, Stat. I appreciate it. You were also— it's pronounced 5-tat. It is not pronounced 5-tat. I refuse to accept that. I refuse, I say. Okay, so the game seems to not be doing anything terrible. So let's see if I can actually play. And maybe this will work this time. Well, I was actually just talking to the product specialist on Search and Discovery about the fact that I was I've actually talked to like 6 people today about the fact that I'm a MatPat fanboy. I actually suggested that what we should do is do a Creator Insider series where we just have MatPat sit down and do a bunch of stuff. Like have him basically repeat all the lessons from the Search and Discovery talk that I told everyone to go to on the Creator Insider channel. And I was talking with a friend of with HDR Guy, or Whiskey Guy, about like how I could get that done. Speaking of Whiskey Guy, I wonder if I can find his whiskey. I bet I could. I feel like— I mean, the reality is, in a YouTube office, I'm always going to be able to find some whiskey. That was dumb. They're too smart. I just can't help it. How much money to get the shirt off? You know what? I think I'm going to go with no shirt off in the YouTube office. I feel like maybe there would be some inappropriateness, but maybe at the end of the night, after more people have left, we can consider that. At the moment, I'm still watching like my coworkers walk by about every 2 minutes, so... Well, no, so I think that, I mean, certainly having Morgan Freeman read the phone book would be awesome. But no, this is more like MatPat is a really like smart guy. He's got a large audience that's engaged with him as a personality, but he also has like a really strong knowledge of YouTube and analytics. And so one of the things he did at VidCon was someone asked him like, hey, like I'm trying to figure out, should I play on YouTube Gaming or should I play on Twitch? And the answer was, you know, what game are you playing? And he said Super Mario Maker, and he said you should be on YouTube. Like, it's that simple. Because MatPat has been around the block plenty of times. He knows the score. Fuck, why did I do that twice? And, so they, like, he's got a lot of rep in the community, both for being, like, a deep analyst. Like, he does experiments, and he considers things, and he's got a lot of knowledge about YouTube. So, his videos on, like, YouTube theory is YouTube killing H3H3 and PewDiePie? I'm MatPat. I did the one who was like, do not sign an exclusivity deal, it is not a good idea, it's pretty much classic. Like, MatPat is like, you should stream on YouTube because, like, casual games are better on YouTube, and she was like, you should not sign with Twitch because signing with Twitch is a bad idea. Like, having exclusivity is bad. Hello, Celso Louise! It was fun. I mean, it was a fun panel, it was a good time, so... Just a theory. A YouTube theory. And yes, I'm obsessed with MatPat! Why in the fucking... Jesus Christ, I suck. Hello, Attentive Owl. I am just Peachy Keen, streaming here from the Doom Room in the YouTube Gaming... the YouTube Gaming office. Yes, YouTube Gaming is so large it has its own office. In fact, the sun rotates it around it, so... But yeah, so I was like, you know, we should just do like a 4-part series with him on something like that. Like, have him do a YouTube theory thing on one of our channels. And, I mean, I think he's generally a pretty, like, an open guy. He's done these videos, and, like, I mean, off of a video that gets 5 million views, he's probably only making between, like, $5,000 and $10,000, so it's entirely possible that, like, you know, as a favor where he's not going to get all that money, but, like, where we can offer him just, like, you know, 5K or 10K in cash to come in and do some recordings like that, like, I bet he would help us out. Because I think the reality is that he wants to see people succeed in the same way we want to see people succeed, and I think he'd love to see more transparency from YouTube, and if he could help achieve that, I'm sure he would, but... Well, thank you very much, Attentive Owl. I mean, MatPat and I are very different people, right? So, there we go. There we go. I didn't ever watch Game Lab. I really wanted to when it came out, and then I just never did, so... Okay, so now we know the Apple hardware encoder is, garbage, because my new encoder seems to not be dropping, like, to 0 bits per second sent, so... MatPat is my dad. No, yeah, like, he just wants to keep... Yeah, I did love his Twitter joke, though. That was pretty good. Oh, God. Get out of here, fucking snake man. Oh, God. No, do not get out of here by running into me. That is not getting out of here. Oh. Fuck. This is gonna be close. Oh, fuck! And that's the end of that, Staddle. And that's the end of that story. Anyway, thank you again so much, Stat. I appreciate it. So Stat is, for those of you who do not know, that some people are just, in fact, more awesome than me. Stat is actually one of the people I hold up regularly as someone who's been really successful at catering to his strengths on YouTube. He's a really fun streamer to sit back and watch, and has been able to kind of transition between various games, and just, like, make any of them fun. Like, it doesn't matter if you're literally doing practically nothing in No Man's Sky, or if you're, you know, watching Super Mario Maker, or, you know, eating stupid dots in Roblox. Stat is there to make it so that you can enjoy it. So, I pretty much, like, any time in the morning, like, I will be perfectly happy to just put on Stat in the background and have him play there, because he just, like, has such a great time, so... You just can't quit me. Well, I just can't quit me either. I've been trying for a while, but there's a thing and everything else like that. Did I say Roblox? I didn't mean to say Roblox. I meant to say Agario. I'm sorry. I don't think Stat has played Roblox, and I apologize for insulting him that way. I just associate a Roblox and Agario. So yeah, like it's. I mean, I don't talk as much anymore because it's not just like 12 of us like it used to be back in the old days of YouTube gaming, but I'm still there. I'm still there. Although not as much as I know some people say I'm still there, and I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you're never there. Well, not never, but you're probably there like one stream out of 100. Like, I've talked to some people, they're like, oh yeah, I always lurk your streams, and some people I believe, and some people I'm like, bullshit. Like, there is just no way that you would be able to sit there quietly while I insult you to your face all the time, you jerks. So, yeah. I missed Roblox stream. No, I meant to say Agario. Agario. Goldfish crackers are definitely premium snacks. I don't know what you're talking about. Hello, Crafty Paris. It was good to see you again at VidCon. Hope you got to see at least some of the awesome panels at VidCon. For those of you who do not know, yeah, so I've been wanting to make, I've been basically convinced that as much as I love the Chris Plays Games channel, which is a lot because you're all wonderful people who take care of me and make me smile, I also realized that for the purposes of building a channel, it is really difficult to build a channel with a diverse set of content because your audiences aren't shared and don't really overlap. And as you see that happen, you just end up seeing a lot of people who see impressions of your content, like the 2,700 people who are subscribed, many of them probably get notifications or see my stuff, and then don't click on it. And I don't blame you, of course. Well, I wouldn't click on many of my streams either. But it means that it is kind of hard for me to grow some of this more niche content that isn't related to the gaming content on my channel on this channel. So, you saw 0 panels. Oh, that's... What were you up to, man? Like, you and Game Dojo and One Shot, you're probably off, like, making deals and having success. That's what you're doing. I can't judge. Like, who am I to judge? I got 2,700 subs or something like that. I mean, technically, I guess it's probably 2,956. But, like, I got no subs. I got no anything else like that. Like, if people come to VidCon just to network and do the things that they need to do, like, go for it. I don't care. Whatever. I think that, like, hanging out in the community is great, but I think that, like, I don't know, producing content for the community is even better. Like, the more shit out there, the more people we're gonna bring in, like, diverse perspectives, diverse viewpoints. I really enjoyed when I have not watched a lot of your VODs just because I haven't got a lot of chance to, but, like, when we hung out in Brad's stream and just watched the PokeCat video, which we need to do again, Brad, that was fun. I liked your content, I liked your style of approach, I liked everything else like that, and I like doing it socially. Like, I really enjoy watching videos together with people in a way that, like, you at the moment pretty much only get either live or, as Jose would point out, using the Uptime app on iOS. Hey, we killed an alpha ghoul. Wow, there's 26 people chatting here? Yeah, they're all crazy. So I will do a rant. I mean, the CPG rant of the evening is normally in about 30 minutes, so I don't know if I have a topic at the moment, but I'm sure that I can come up with one. Are we thinking YouTube? Are we thinking, like, social commentary? Are we, what do we want for a rant tonight? Give me some topics, give me some ideas. Brad would tell me to rant about how it is inappropriate for me to, like, not wear a shirt at work, or how I'm unwilling to avoid the inappropriateness at work. I have a couple things that are at the top of my mind at the moment, but which I can't do rants about because, you know, they're the kinds of things I can't talk about because they're the things I was just talking about with my coworkers. Yes! Boom. Watching porn is the best. I mean, honestly, it's, you know, there's always all these people who are, like, super freaked out that there is porn on YouTube, and I'm like, what, like, you realize there's porn on the internet too, right? Like, I get that YouTube isn't supposed to have it or whatever, but like, do you freak out that there's porn on Google? Like, I don't know. Corporate account only rants. I totally forgot what... I do corporate account only rants. What is the next boss that I want to kill? Gemini. Gemini. There we go. But yeah, so internally to Google, I do actually do corporate account rants. So one of the things I found out is that, like, shitting all over people in public, internally in public, is not the best way to get what I want done. So it is better for me to reach out to people privately, rather than anything else. Speaking of shitting on people in public, my hotel last night sucked. You know, it wasn't like that bad as a hotel, like it had beds and everything else like that, but like they literally didn't give me a towel. And I'm like, what is, like, what kind of hotel doesn't give you towels in the bathroom? I mean, they had, like, shampoo and soap. Like, I assumed that someone just, like, screwed up and forgot to put towels in the room, but, like, how do you screw that up? Chris Raid. Sorry, I can't say words because I'm just in that particular state. Welcome, Chris and Raiders. Hello, Miera and Alexandria and Terrified Rhino. I walked into the pit just for you. Thank you very much for subscribing, person whose name I cannot see. Miera, thank you very much for subscribing. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I hope you appreciate your time here on the channel for Chris Plays. No, why is my screen going dark? Oh, fuck. Like, seriously, I accidentally put my computer to sleep by moving my mouse to the corner. I don't use this Corp laptop very often, as you might guess, so, I mean, I clearly do not I just completely do not understand why, like, air drying may be good for the skin, but it's not good for getting to work on time. They had like there was like one like kind of hand-sized towel that I used to dry off. So I don't know. And then their wireless had like 17-second ping times, and let me tell you what doesn't work on the internet if you have 17-second ping times. Anything, nothing on the internet works if you have 17-second ping times. I couldn't even look up host names for fuck's sake. Oh, do not knock me into the pit, you fuckers. Hello, Judge Gaming. How is it going? Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever the fuck I feel like every Friday at 9:15, with a CPG rant at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Why are you doing bad things? Do not do bad things. Do not do bad things. Alright, we're good. Thank you very much for subscribing. Wow, is that like super loud or is it like plausibly quiet? I don't want to be busting your ears every time something like that. Yeah, sorry, there was my little OBS-o-meter went red for like a brief second, but then it went back to normal, so I just did a drop packet in there. We're all good. We're all good. It heard me talking about 17 seconds to ping time, and it was bad. Okay. Yeah. Well, it does most of the time. Like, it is very difficult. Like, 17-second latencies can work with an appropriately tuned stack, but the reality is that almost nobody has one of those, so, yeah. But, I don't care about those things. I'm just gonna go. We're going! We're going! They are super creepy. I agree. They got little faces on them, like they're children, and then you shoot them, and they die and drop all kinds of loot, so there we go. Loot, loot, loot. You can't hear the sound of the subscribe notification. Oh! Fuck nuggets. Note to self. Putting the save state and load state buttons on your controller is not a brilliant idea the most brilliant idea you've ever had. I suck. Alright. Applications is this button. OBS. Okay, so now we should be able to hear subscriptions, maybe. And now it'll be too loud next time, so that's good. All is well. Alright, Snake Man again, then Gemini Man. Man, I suck. I am just like, I am all over the place tonight, but that's okay, right? Like, nobody's gonna hate me for this. If you shoot me, I will drop loot too. I will not shoot you, PokeCat. I will love you and kiss you and call you George. Fuck. Okay, so, whew, that's kind of just like, I don't know, how many minutes into, like 30 minutes into the stream, and I'm just, I hope it's not buffering for everybody else. Tell me if it's buffering. I think I'm good. Okay. We are back in Snake World because when I put the controller down in order to add my OBS audio, I hate that. I always forget I have to jump on those, otherwise you get clipped out of the fucking panel. When I put my controller down to set up OBS connected to my sound collector, I fucked up and hit my load state button, which is on my controller. So we ended up back in Snake World. Yeah. Yes, so Orcast, you're completely right, and that is not a like trick or a joke. That is because I am testing a new feature for non-mobile live streams, which replicates the functionality of mobile live streams. So hopefully the latency is not too bad. And then of course I've eaten a lot of my buffer by having these like breaks and stops and everything else like that. So it's not just because I don't have DVR on, I also have experimental features enabled. But lack of DVR does reduce about a second or two of latency because it moves you from a separate dash manifest to having your dash manifest built into your video playback requests, which removes an additional round-trip request that is polling in favor of a hanging get. And so as a result, you get a lot more stuff out quickly. We're also working on using streaming XML HTTP requests in order to provide better remove another half second or so of latency on the HTML5 client to match what is already available on, I believe, iOS, but maybe not Android. So Dash is dynamic adaptive streaming over HTTP. It is the kind of adaptive format that YouTube uses for YouTube uses for sending data. Wow, I am just bad at this. So it is a way of speak English, yeah. So basically, in order to play a video when you are in DVR mode, every second or two, YouTube will talk to the server and say, hey, give me some XML metadata about where to download my next chunk of data. It's an open standard that was developed in conjunction with, I think MPEG is the people who did it, and it's basically a standard for how you deliver information about adaptive bitrate streams. Adaptive meaning like it can change resolutions. And so you give out this information, and with a normal like VOD, we give you one XML file with a whole bunch of data. With a live stream, obviously we don't know exactly the URLs that you should request until later, and so we deliver it in the XML like every 2 seconds. So loading my save, the problem is that I didn't, oh, I could actually, yes, use my load save state. You figured out why you can't stream off the main YouTube app. Why is that, PokeCat? I'm glad you figured it out, but I'm disappointed that whatever reason it is exists. Oh, yes, that is entirely reasonable. I am sorry. So yeah, so basically every 2 seconds, the YouTube player says like, hey, tell me where my next video chunk is, and then it goes and fetches it. And if you turn off DVR, we have actually implemented something which delivers that same metadata in line in the chunk. So the player like parses a special piece of metadata out of every request to figure out where the next request is going to be, and it just knows how to do that. So rather than making this additional request, which is an XML file, and then waiting for it to have the information, then going and fetching it, it just says like, okay, I'm gonna load this request, and as soon as there's data, you'll tell me, and I will load things there. I don't know why I'm shooting this guy when I'm just gonna jump up here anyway. But yeah, so I'm gonna do no save states though, so I should probably have just never set up those buttons, although it's a bit late now. So although I could have loaded a save state in order to get through this level I've already beaten 1.5 times, I'm gonna play it legit. The Truffle Shuffle. I don't know, but we do have a conference room named the Truffle Shuffle, I think. Is that a dance move? There was something like that. There's also like the sprinkler, and like a couple other things like that, so. Chris GC8, how is it going? I know, the rules are CPG should always cheat, but it's Mega Man. Like, the reality is if I don't play it legit, like, it takes like 37 minutes, so I want to play it legit, so... You what, mate? You what? But yeah, it's great to have all of you here. I am the Chris who plays games, and I love saying that. Okay, so Crafty, are you still here, or did you have to bail? I'm trying to think on a rant. No cheating. We're good. We're gonna do this good. It's gonna be good. Ah! That was not good. That wasn't the good that I was talking about. That was the other thing, which is not good. And I feel stupid for it. Good night! All of us. I love all of you, yes, even you, Oni. The fact that you are wrong, the fact that many people are wrong about many things in the world does not make me love them any less. I love you even if you're wrong. I'm a lover, not a hater. Skyrim stream. People can be wrong. People can be idiots. People can be assholes, and I can still love them. Like Game Dojo, this is Game Dojo's lurk hour of the evening, and I think that Game Dojo can be an asshole, but I still love him. Oh, Chris GC8, you're almost back to having a computer again? What a fucking mess. I hate computers. I should, so I'm thinking whether I can get away with doing a quick mobile live stream in the office after this. I want to show you all, like, the hacked piles of, like, cards and fans that several of our YouTube folks have, like one of my coworkers has a dual GTX 1070 or 1080 setup on in his computer, and he's just got like the case open and a fan pointing at it, as well as like he's got like a 1050 sitting on top of it, and like all of these cards, and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I don't dislike Dojo. I said I like Dojo. I just think he can be an asshole. I can be an asshole. I mean, in fact, one of my defining characteristics is that I am an asshole sometimes. So I can think someone is an asshole and still love the crap out of them. Dojo is a great guy. He's, you know, experimenting and playing with the YouTube platform in a way that, you know, not a lot of other people have. I think that he's figured out by experimentation a lot of the things that other people have figured out, you know, things like building a story arc with all of your streams and other things like that was something he was trying even early on when he was playing games for, you know, 2 different games or 3 different games for 2 hours each a night to try and keep people, you know, engaged at that level. So he's a cool guy, great guy. I just think that sometimes he's just like me, you know, a bit full of himself, so. I think the reality is that if a large streamer isn't a little bit full of themselves, you really have a problem, because that's part of what you need to be. You need to be out there and being narcissistic personality to do this shit, because otherwise you're going to be like super affected by everything that goes on. You're going to be fickle to your audience. You're not going to be able to be there and just be like, I am doing my shit. So there's an importance to be like attentive to your audience and willing to participate and willing to be partnered with the audience, but at the same time, it need to be yourself, to be out there and say like, fuck you. It is a cool Doom poster. Yeah, I'm in the Doom conference room, which has a Doom poster, unlike the Gauntlet conference room, which does not have a Gauntlet poster. So, more the shame us. Heard Bunty's pretty full of himself? I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. I need to like, I don't know what exactly I did that convinced Twitter that I want to see, like, all of Bunty's, tweets, but now, like, every time someone likes one of his tweets, I'm seeing it, I'm like, I don't really care about whatever this is. Like, get this shit out of my feed, man. Also, I guess there was some drama with, like, Logan Paul during VidCon, which I didn't know about, or I have no idea what it is, and like H3H3 did a video on it, and I'm still confused, and I don't know, the whole thing seems crazy. I don't pay attention to all this drama, and then people are like, oh, what do you think about the Logan Paul Sargon of H3H3, and I'm like, I don't get it. Van Helsing, it's good to see you. I'm here too. No. Stupid buffering. Oh! I missed it. Oh, I can pop up my rush coil and get over to here, I think. I don't know if I'm here. Hello, hello. I think I'm here. Yeah, one's open in Chrome, one's open in not Chrome. That's all. Okay, I'm here. Fine. Am I back from VidCon? Sort of. So I've left VidCon, but I'm not back in Cambridge. As you can see, I've got a different backdrop than usual, and that's because I am at the YouTube office. So I'm hanging out in San Bruno, California, where I'm going to be working this week. I will be going to the Mountain View office later this week on Tuesday and Thursday, as well as attempting to go to Six Flags on Wednesday. And then I'll be back in the San Bruno office on Friday, so. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I am hanging out in the San Bruno YouTube office for this week. Okay. I am probably not going to be able to make it up to Oakland because I'm probably not driving to the Six Flags event. I'm probably going to take the shuttle because it's like an hour and 45-minute drive from, I don't know, here, Mountain View, something. I'm going to be down in Mountain View, and the idea of driving like 2 hours to go to Six Flags when I can just take a shuttle does not really appeal, so I'm probably going to do that instead. That means that other than that, I won't be up in Oakland and won't be able to get there anywhere. I miss Brad Plays Games. Yeah, so, like, Six Flags is 30 minutes away from Oakland, but I'm not going to be driving to Oakland, or driving back. So, that makes it harder. I just don't want to drive that far. I'm not, especially in a car that's no fun to drive, especially like 101, jeez, what a mess. Like, it's just not a fun anything. What am I missing here? Oh, right. Like, what am I missing here? How can I jump higher than I'm currently jumping? Says the man who has a rush coil he's used like 3 times in the past 5 minutes. I don't have Rush Marine yet. I should have gotten it, but I did not. Is this a death thing? I can't remember. Like, worst case scenario, I don't really lose anything, so... Okay, we're good. VidCon was great. I think nothing is going to ever bring back the magic of my first VidCon. I think there's a lot of people who basically say that, the golden era of VidCon has passed, and now there's this combination of like corporateness and like all these other things that are going to make it so it's never really going to be the exact same conference again. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. That was stupid of me. So yeah, so that first VidCon experience, 2015 for me, is probably like going to be like a little bit magical because it was my first, because it was kind of the last before the increased security, and a lot of people have said that like it was like the beginning of the end for like a certain flavor, because the reality is that like YouTube is big business now. YouTube is late night shows, and YouTube is Dove and Snickers and Maltesers, and YouTube is all these other things. You know, when you walk around the expo floor at VidCon, you no longer get like just channels having their own booths. So I like met the Player Piano folks who had a booth at VidCon in 2015, and now it's all kind of businesses and other things like that that can get a more obvious return on investment, which isn't bad, but it's definitely a different experience. So it did feel like there was candy everywhere. Oh god. Fuck! So yeah, I need to look into whether I am going to be able to, whether I'm gonna have to drive myself to Six Flags or whether I can get on one of the shuttles, so. Yeah, so there was booths from, like, Dove and Maltesers and Gushers and Snickers, and there was also, like, you know, the make-your-own donut place from Fantasy Donut, and there was all these things. I mean, the whole expo floor is really just designed to be an Instagrammable experience. So I did not, so there's a bunch of drama about VidCon, right? So there was Logan Paul, maybe, and there was also, yeah, Christian Burns and other things like that that I don't know anything about these people or what they're doing or anything else like that. So I'm like vaguely aware that this existed, but nothing else. So if you want me to respond to it, you gotta give me like a lot of information here. So how did I like it in LA? So I loved LA. I loved LA. I find LA to be a confusing experience. I enjoy the weather. I enjoy some of the aspects of like downtown LA. I enjoyed the beach at Redondo, which I live streamed from. I enjoy like a lot of those types of things. I don't really like the LA, like there's an LA culture that I'm not sure I really dig. Stuff like that, so. Well, I went into LA for stream. I didn't actually go into LA this time. So, like, this is speaking from both of my experiences. Wow, like, they're just, like, dropping extra lives on me because they know I suck. I'm still a little bit curious. Everyone always says that this is just random number generator, but I don't actually believe it. I think that there's, like, a you have failed many times trigger that gives you more lives. I don't really think FurryCon would really be my scene. I know some people who would probably go to that, but it's not really me, so. Nice, Leif. That's cool. So the question is, like, so getting followed, like, getting kicked out of VidCon, let's be clear. There's oftentimes more to the story than what people put online. Remember that YouTube creators are you know, paid agitators. They make more money when they create more drama. So we should always be careful in taking any one side of the story as like completely legitimate when it's coming from a YouTube creator. I think Phil DeFranco tries to generally put a pretty even face on things, and so I would say he's a reasonably you know, sane source to use, but he's also got a bias because he is a YouTube creator, and might have, you know, close ties with some of these people and other things like that you should keep in mind. So how dare I? Yeah, FurryCon would be probably someplace where furries would go. FlurryCon, yeah, that would be a different thing. That would be the Dairy Queen Conference. Alternatively, the Conference of Meteorology in Northern Canada. Both of those would be good. McFlurryCon. Oh, that's right. Dairy Queen is Blizzard. Sorry. I was confused. McDonald's is what I meant. Fuck. Fuck! Yeah, I don't know what happened at VidCon. I have not done anything in that space, so I really do not know. Like I said, if you're gonna ask me to respond to something about drama at VidCon, you're gonna have to give me full details. I was not aware or participating. Alright. Oh god. Ah. Want to say hello to the internet? Yeah, it was great. I got to ask all kinds of people. Why is our internet so bad here? It keeps like dying. Maybe my OBS always does that and I just don't usually notice it because it's not usually right there. So this is one of the things I've actually come to the conclusion on, is that like I could never be a so JKraken is like produces great you know, brilliant videos when he goes to these events where he like, you know, hangs out with people and talks with them and like pulls out the camera and talks in a compelling way. I think that honestly that is a lot of what was, you know, endearing about his content from VidCon last year. But I've also realized that that will never be me, because I am, for the most part, unwilling to like pull out a camera and just assume someone's consent. And I think that that's an area that makes it more difficult to have those conversations, is that if you can't assume consent, you have to ask explicitly and it becomes a little bit awkward. So, hello, Poppin' Joker. So, I actually did not get a ton of things out of the Industry Pass this year because I went to the creator talks instead, as I often do. So what did I see with the Creator Pass? I saw a couple of the algorithm talks, but mostly what that taught me is that people are bad at statistics and good at self-evangelizing. I saw there was a talk on programmatic advertising and the future of programmatic advertising, which I found to be interesting. So that's like people who are advertising not via traditional means like TV and everything else like that, that like how that's going to work with YouTube, how brand safety is going to work. Well, that's good, Van Helsing. Hey, and we killed another thing. He does, and Jay is, just don't get me wrong, Jay is brilliant, right? Like his video, whatever it is about, Watch Over Me, right? Like I loved that video, and that also comes down to he just invests so much more time and skill into this than I do, that he deserves every bit he can get. But I just, there's like a root cause problem of not being able to get the footage because you're just not willing to do that in the same way. Like you have to be brave, and I'm not brave. Like I'm not willing to be told no by someone. I'm not willing to even ask if I think I might be told no most of the time. So for me to go like, would you like to say hello to the internet? You'll notice that I avoided a lot of like groups and other things like that because I thought that I might get a no. So I just don't have that skill of being able to, you know, take that on the chin and be happy with it. And I think Jay is just like so like good at interacting that like he just makes you want to hug him. So El Chapo, a wild Drake appears. Hello, Drake Blake Strike. Poppin' Joker, I don't think we need to compare subscriber counts here. It's not necessary. Oh, totally, I'm way more introverted. Like, I am extroverted in a specific way that means that I am not extroverted like Jake. Jake is just a way more outgoing guy than I will ever be, which is interesting because a lot of people are like, "Oh man, you're so extroverted to me," but it's just, you know, like I'm super narcissistic, but I'm not super extroverted in the same way. I think is what it comes down to. And I could be wrong. There could be more to it than that, but I think that helps. The reality is, he does it better, and he tries harder than I do. Like, there's no, like, I don't want to pretend there's any magic here. Like, he just does it better, so. Take care, Brad. How am I? I'm good. Hello to the nines. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, no Friday this week, but there is a Monday. Oh man, it's only 5 minutes to my CPG rant. I still don't know what to do it. Still don't know what to do it on. So I am totally in my element in front of large groups, and like I will happily talk their ears off, but it's really about recording it. Like I will totally walk up to a random group of people, and I did this all the time at VidCon, and like say a million things about a million different things, and like interview them and talk to them and understand things from them, but I can't do it on camera. I can't do it on camera because I just feel like there is something wrong about that. And so, like, that's really where I run into trouble, is that I can't do the kind of in-your-face interview. Like, even that I did after VidCon was just something I wasn't super up about. Well, so the problem is I don't know what to do a rant about, right? Like, I have the, there is almost certainly something in the, like, random YouTube drama that I could rant about if I knew what it was, but I haven't been paying any attention to it, and so, like, I have no idea. Because I don't want to pay attention to it, and yeah. Alright, there we go. Okay, I think I've got a rant in mind. And then after the CPG rant of the evening, I will probably take a break for a second and grab a drink, because my throat is starting to get to the point where I need that, so. But yes, the reason that my logged in browser is stupid is because, oh, that I'm logged in my corp account is because I'm using Chrome for my chat, and Chrome is logged in at work instead of at home. Whatever. Logged in my work account instead of my personal account. Water's good. I'm gonna get Coke. I've got water here, but I need something more soothing. My throat is still like scratchy from all of the stuff that I've done at VidCon, so the water helps the dehydration, but I've gone through a bottle already. But it does not help the scratchiness, so I'm hopeful that I can get... Oh, I might actually just get Odwalla. Oh, I forgot I'm in a YouTube office. I can get all kinds of fancy stuff. In our office in Cambridge, we don't have Odwalla, but in the California offices, they have, like, just gallon jugs of Odwalla in the fridges, so... So I'm actually just following a guide on, what to do. And it told me snake, Gemini, needle, top, and then I haven't figured out what's next. So I just Google, like, what's the boss order, and then follow that, so. Yeah, so I have other users logged in as me in Chrome, but I was running short on time because I was trying to get the sound thing set up, which I clearly didn't, given that I had to spend $100 during the stream to get it set up, but... Odwalla, O-D-W-A-L-L-A, Odwalla. Which is super expensive. It's like if you buy it, it's like $3 for like a 12-ounce bottle. But when YouTube gives it away for free, I'm not objecting to that. God damn it. I want that frickin' extra life. I'm gonna die. Yes. There we go. That's probably because of your testing stuff, right, Chris? O-D-W-A-L-L-A, Odwalla. Oh god. Aha! Oh! Fuck! O-D-W-A-L-L-A, Odwalla. CPG Rant of the Evening is the part of the evening where I give you a little bit of a piece of my mind about some topic or other. I'm the Chris who plays games. This is your CPG Rant of the evening. The algorithm is the audience. That was the message that we were supposed to take away from the search and discovery conversation that YouTube led at VidCon this past Friday. The algorithm is the audience. Several different industry track presentations attempted to label how to game the algorithm, how to do this, how to do that. One was given by someone who analyzed more than 70,000 videos using data from TubeFilter. Another was someone who has run more than 13 channels up to 1 million subs, both of which are compelling and interesting statistical and experience-based analysis. Do not get me wrong, these people are smart, they have figured out something. But what they figured out is not some trick to the algorithm. There is no trick to the algorithm. There is no button you can press. There is no exact length of video that is going to make you a successful star. Step 1, make content that people want to watch. Step 2, make sure that they find it. Step 3, engage with them and keep them watching. It's not that hard. Because the algorithm is the audience. The algorithm is a fast follow recommendations pipeline based on the 80 billion signals a day that YouTube receives from users. The algorithm is the way that YouTube takes the more than 200 signals that it gets from various sources of data about a video and turns them into something actionable. The algorithm is attempting to model you as a user and suggest to you what you want to see. So the best thing that you can do if you want to game the algorithm is to figure out what people want to see and give it to them. And you shouldn't give it to them by adding clickbait titles. You shouldn't give it to them by doing those types of things, because the reality is that when people aren't dumb. Deliver on the promise of your thumbnail and title. Was the title of one of the slides. Deliver on the promise. You have to deliver on the promise, because if you don't deliver on the promise, then people won't be willing to stay there. And if they don't stay there, then it's not going to be something that the audience would want. YouTube's goal is to maximize watch time and long-term retention among users. In order to do that, it attempts to maximize the number of videos that are recommended to you that will do that, will achieve that goal. It does this through a combination of suggested videos and search and homepage recommendations and recommended for you sidebar things. All of these things are part of the overall suggestion space. There's also trending, but that doesn't really matter. There's also notifications, but honestly, Matt Pat in his live panel said, when you're going live, disable the notify subscribers checkbox. His belief is that if people want to be there, they'll be there at the time. And if they don't want to be there, then you don't want to be using that avenue. You want to save those notifications. You want to save those pieces of information for those times you do those tentpole events, those big interviews, those whatever else, so that you can take advantage of that at that time. Because unlike VODs, a live stream has a limited shelf life. It has a limited amount of time for which it applies, and therefore when you get that notification and it's 17 hours later, you're unlikely to click on it. And if people don't click on it, they're unlikely to be notified again. The algorithm is the audience. When people say that videos that are between 5 and 7 minutes long or 7 and 13 minutes long perform the best, they're not describing some magic aspect in which 8-minute videos are given priority in YouTube's algorithm. What they're describing is that people tend to watch 7 to 13-minute videos. And why do people watch 7 to 13-minute videos? Have you ever watched a CPG rant? CPG rants range in time from about 7 to 13 minutes. It is as much time as you need in order to build up a compelling argument starting from scratch and get to the end most of the time. And while you can tell stories more compactly than that, as the writer once said, "I am sorry that I wrote such a long letter. I did not have time to make it shorter." 7 to 13 minutes is a novice storyteller's timeline for doing these things, and I will admit that there is a bump at 10 minutes in his graphs that are shared on the 2Filter website on their blog, as well as, in the world, because 10 minutes gives you the ability to add mid-roll ads, and that's a thing that people have optimized for, and so on and so forth. But 7 to 13 minutes isn't a sweet spot because YouTube tweaked the number and said, aha! It is 7 minutes and 52 seconds, the optimal watch time. The audience likes to watch videos like that because those are the videos that do well. You're confusing correlation and causation. This just because someone watches 7 to 13 minute videos does not mean that that's all they want to watch. It means that that's what they have. If all of a sudden every YouTuber out there started producing 4-minute long videos, well then the algorithm would favor 4-minute long videos. And in fact, most of what YouTube recommends to me, and I have no idea if length is a factor or anything else like that, is 3-minute long videos. And I noticed that that started happening after I started watching lots of videos from Great Big Story. After I started watching lots of videos from Great Big Story, I noticed that the videos that were recommended to me were approximately that length of time because Great Big Story is a series of 1,000 videos that are 2 minutes and 30 seconds to about 4 minutes long, and so that's most of what I see in my sidebar now, whereas I used to see longer form sci-fi and other things like that. The algorithm is the audience. It's the people who watch your videos, and the people who are next to them who watch your videos, and the people who are like them who watch your videos. If you want to grow your channel, figure out how to grow your audience. And yes, YouTube needs signals from your audience in order to be successful. You've got to get those viewers in there somehow. You've got to get a notification squad. You've got to get the people who are going to recommend them out to begin with, because if no one is watching your content, it is very difficult for YouTube to find other viewers who are like the people watching your content to recommend it to, which is what they do. They look for people who are like other people and share with them that way. The algorithm is the audience. And so when you come to me and say, I'm not getting enough views, I look at it and say, well, look at the views you are getting. Are they high retention? Are people enjoying what you're seeing? Are you delivering on the promise of your thumbnail? Are you being compelling so that when people see your video in search, they'll be interested in it? Are you doing something different from the next person? All of these are things, of course, that we've talked about before in CPG Rant. Figure out what's special about you. Find and make decisions. Do all these things. Because when you do all these things, when you have something special, when you have something compelling, when you create the discovery and acquisition and retention arc, when you build an audience that can connect with your content, then YouTube, which is just a dumb machine on the other side, can say, aha, we have users that we can recommend. Aha, we have users like you. Aha, we can do this. But when you just start out, you've got to find people who are going to want to watch your content. And that can be search, that can be, having your friends watch it, that can be all kinds of things. But you got to do it. The algorithm is the audience. So remember that the next time you're going to complain about the algorithm not favoring you, the next time you're going to say, why are none of my videos suggested, think about the ways that you can get users who watch your videos to behave in that way. Use end cards, use playlists, use other things like that so you get high co-watch signals of people who watch things next to other things. Use the tools that are available to you to create compelling content. Don't just jump into the same pool as everyone else. Possibly use site-wide trends like fidget spinners in order to create a new audience, but don't bother to do it after all of the major YouTubers have already done their videos, because at that point you're too late. Grow your audience, make the connections, get people involved, but remember, the algorithm is just the audience. The viewers are the ones who are driving these trends. They're the ones driving the 7 to 13 minute video length. They're the ones driving the increased number of comments being an increased viewership. They're the ones driving good thumbnails, driving good videos. The algorithm is the audience. I'm the Chris who plays games. This has been your CPG rant of the evening. Okay, did I say the algorithm is the audience too many times? I think maybe I did. But I felt like I needed to get that in there, maybe just once or twice, so that you would all know that the algorithm is the audience. Ah. Hello, Gar. So Gar is here. For those of you who missed Gar stopped by the stream earlier. I am going to take just 1 second of break here in just 1 second. Thank you all for being here, by the way. It is lovely to have you. I love that YouTube knows that I want live because my top shelf right now is just like live Chris Plays Games, live LaserCat, live Doggett, live One Shot Girl, live Alex on Fire, live Camilo Sarmiento playing Super Mario 64, live Wonderworks doing a DJI Spark giveaway. I sort of doubt that that's real because there are only 2 people watching, so it's probably fake. Live Legend of Zelda from Mr. Jizak. Good job, Mr. Jizak. Live Spooky Baz doing some more Mario 64 speedrunning, and live Gorilla Fent. Like just live. We got it all right here. Is that Midu? No, that's someone else. Yeah. Hot knife versus fidget spinners. That's right. That's exactly what it is. Okay. How do I, Talons of Justice, the Texas Lawhawk. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk. Alrighty.
Brian Wilson, Texas Lawhawk! Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk! Talons of Justice! Due process! Do wheelies! It's hot out here! Brian Wilson, El Halcon de la Ley! Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk!
Later, guys.
Bye. Well. It's no refusal weekend, so you have to blow. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your license. These things are 100% accurate. Blowing it. Surprise, failed. Blow.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Someone just called me. That's why you don't blow. Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk.
If you or a loved one been arrested, so call Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk today.
I bet you didn't know there were multiple Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk videos.
Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk. Thanks, Santa. Ooh, Brian Wilson, the Texas Lawhawk. Yeah! Ho, ho, ho! I'm gonna get you, Santa Claus. All a good night.
Put the mistletoe down there.
Taillights out. What's in all the packages, Santa Claus?
I don't know. I don't answer questions without my lawyer.
You don't mind if I take a look?
Might as well. I don't consent to searches.
I'm searching them anyway.
How about no? Yes, sir. And I'm calling my lawyer.
Always remember to remain polite, refuse consent to searches, and ask for your attorney instead of resisting.
Happy holidays!
Alright. So now we watch Brian Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk, parts 1, 2, and 3, I think. So as you can see here, that was just autoplay. Maybe it was only 2? Was it 2 or 3? I don't know. But that was just autoplay. And, like, the reason that it played one right after another is because people who watch one Brian Wilson video want to watch the others. I should actually put the game back on. Sorry. Hello. But yeah, so he, you know, people watch a Brian Wilson video. They're like, you know, there's nowhere else you can really get that. Now, can you be the next Brian Wilson? Maybe, maybe not. That was just 2. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I got through 3 because I wasn't sure how long it's gone. Oh god. Yeah, so I think there's a bunch of others, right? There's like 3 or 4, like at least a couple others. So definitely check them out. But yeah, so it's an obvious example of the algorithm being the audience, is that like the recommended videos, what's next, you know, watch next, suggested, like pretty much all of the videos are Brian Wilson Texas Law Hawk videos because it's a unique set of content you can't get anywhere else. He's figured out how to produce it and he can make more of them. And you know, he doesn't quite print money off of it. You know, he's only gotten like a couple million views, but a couple million views is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, you can create criminal defense videos too, and then say, I am not a criminal defense attorney. Please do not contact me for criminal defense questions. Alternatively, you can become a criminal defense lawyer, gaming lawyer. So, you might want to think about that. There we go. Was that a good CPG rant at all? Any opinions on that? I think I got a clap. What was I doing here? Gaming lawyer. He's a lover, not a fighter. But yeah, I got to hide myself eating Reese's peanut butter cups as I sat back and watched the gaming lawyer, or sorry, Brian Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk. Now, hopefully he doesn't issue a copyright strike. For the record, that is 100% not fair use. If you have any questions whatsoever, I am only surviving, in this case, by the grace of God go I. I could negotiate a license with him. Well, you said you emailed him and he never responded, right? Gaming lawyer? Yeah, I realized that, like, because I don't have my mic set up, it wasn't obvious to me that I wasn't muted, and then I saw, like, that my noise was exceeding my noise gate, and I felt bad, but so it goes. Guess I can't shoot that. I feel like usually I have Magnet Man stuff by now, but I don't seem to, so whatever this boss order is not the one that I usually use. Fuck. What you really need is Jay Kraken. You need to hire Jay Kraken to come up and just film you doing like that. And the other thing is that I don't think you're actually looking for you. Do you work for a firm now, or are you solo? I know you do a lot of like review stuff. I don't know how that actually works. But yeah, I do feel like Jay Kraken could turn anything into a pretty rockin' stream. I feel like just like him standing there, he just makes everything seem so fun. Something I miss, like, now that the streamer community is big, it was actually hard to get everyone in one place. Like, other than the YTG party, there wasn't a time when we were all in one spot, and there means there wasn't a Streamer House stream. Got it. Drop the missile. Hello, Digman. Digman. Hello, Digman. Hello. Xenos Trigger, welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever the fuck I feel like every Friday at 9:15. Tonight we're playing Mega Man 3. And we also didn't start at 9:15 because I'm on the West Coast, and I realized that if I started at 9:15, it would be 6:15, and I would be very hungry by the time I got to the end of the stream because I had not eaten dinner because dinner doesn't start until 6:30 here. So, there you go. Hello, Nintapple Plays. Nintapple Plays. I don't know what that means. What's a Nintapple? Nintapple. Nintapple? It's like a Nintendo Apple, or perhaps it's a nipple tapple, or no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know what tapple is, so it can't be a nipple tapple. Hello, Raiders from Mistledine Online. Mistledine Online, aka Corey, is one of my patrons actually, and he is a great guy. Lives near me. And I actually met him recently when I gave a bunch of people a tour of the Google office. Amusingly, it was not until PAX East that I actually met Corey, because I just never did. And I was like, hey, we're going to do a tour of the Google office. And he was like, whoa, I'm totally coming by for that, so. Oh, see, here's the thing, Nintapple. Like, you'd have to expect me to actually look at something and use my eyes, and when I've got streamer brain going on, that just doesn't happen. So, hello, Dana Sylvia, Mr. Mistledine Online himself. How is it going? I was a little bit sad that you didn't make it out to VidCon. I felt like you would have fit right in with some of the community there. So, yeah. So the Super Nintendo, or rather, Nintendo announced that they're going to be the SNES Mini pretty soon. I have not looked at the game list because I've been running around all day, but I do know it includes Star Fox 2, which has never been before released. So that's a brand new game that they're releasing on the NES Classic Edition, which feels a little bit odd. Like, I understand that technically, you know, maybe this game was written forever ago and it is classic, but it feels weird to call something the Classic Edition when it's releasing content that has never been released before. It feels like something different. I don't know. Oh, good. Fuck! Mega Man X, that's good. Oh, he gets real salty? I'm sorry, Corey. Hey, we killed the golem! I don't even have the golem thing up, so... But yeah, no, I totally get streamer brain. I can't even remember half the words I say. People are like, that was good rip. And I'm like, I don't even fucking know what you're talking about, but cool. Like, I love it. Oh yeah, Super Mario World, like, yeah. Oh, Baki! Bak. So I'm drinking my Strawberry Sea Monster from Oddwalla here. Hashtag not an ad. They would not... I doubt that they would be super happy with me associating myself with their brand immediately after saying fuckity fuck. It's one of those brand safety things that doesn't quite go the way that people want it to. I'm like, oh shit, did I reveal everything? Oh god. I can't even, like, see myself. I have no idea if I'm in frame. I don't know anything. But yeah, so I'm streaming here from the YouTube office in San Bruno, California. I have been working for YouTube for 3 and a bit years now. And this is, I think, my second stream from this office. I also did one... Oh, no, a third! This is my third stream from this office, I think. Because I would have done one around VidCon last year. And then I would have done one at, I'm pretty sure I did one in October. I feel like that was the one time I streamed and kind of came to the decision that I wanted to stream again. So, shortly after YouTube Gaming launched, I streamed from the office. Yes! That's right! So I did one stream in this room before, about a year and a half ago. And then I did another one right around the time of VidCon last year, so... This is my third stream from the YouTube office. I remember the second stream, I also had All in One Mighty, I had Funny Man, I had Strobe, I had C. Blay, I had, you know, all these people come by and hang out with me during my stream. This time I'm on my own, except for Gar, who stopped by earlier because I didn't actually get a chance to plan it ahead of time because I was rushing around and doing so many different things. I did learn some color grading, or I did play with some color grading stuff earlier today. My friend HDR Man helped me understand a little bit of what the Panasonic GH5 that I have borrowed can do, and because we were looking at whether it's a good camera to buy for HDR film making, so... Yoshi's Island, Super Punch-Out, Super Metroid, blah blah blah. Yeah, that feels like a pretty solid collection of games. Nothing too surprising except for Star Fox 2, I think, but it's a good collection. The other thing that, by the way, Missile Dino Online is famous for is his series Good Morning Azeroth, where he plays World of Warcraft and gives you a little bit of an update on the current news from Blizzard on that front. You mean you didn't recognize Mighty when he was wearing his human disguise? Because we all know that All-in-One Mighty is a real, actual lion who wears a human disguise so as not to freak out his coworkers. It has been, Corey. I've been consistently, like, your audience on that is just great. Like, I am super impressed, especially because, like, World of Warcraft was always one of those games that I was like, oh yeah, I love that the thing for this is, like, the... Alright, hold on. Excuse my frickin'... Like, Ballerina Man is the worst weapon. There we go. But yeah, All-in-One Mighty, he didn't actually bring, even when we were streaming at the house, he didn't do anything. So I don't know if people knew, but we actually did, so I did a 360, oh fuck! Oh! Alright, so now that I've fucked up several times, we're just gonna start cheating and getting through these levels much faster. I bumped the fucking load state button on my controller, and I have not been saving states because I wanted to actually play this game through legit without cheating, and as a result, I don't actually have any good save states, and so as a result, I have been restored to where I was 2 hours ago. Yeah. Fucking save state fail. I mean, it's the plight of a retro streamer, but good god. A fucking disaster. Okay, that's fine. This game can be beaten in an hour, even by me, so just do it, get it done. But yeah, Good Morning Azeroth was awesome, and one of the things that I always kind of was sad about was that, like, basically all of the World of Warcraft gameplay on YouTube Gaming was, like, a bunch of Russians who spoke a language I didn't understand, and now you're, like, you know, rocking it with not doing that. So, are you doing, like, primarily new content? I feel like you're doing a lot of achievement hunting and stuff like that, right? So, Gaming Lawyer, I am always the other side of that equation. People are constantly walking up to me as if they know me, and I have no idea who they are. At least you're wearing a shirt with your name on it, which makes it, like, pretty good. So, are you doing, like, guild rating, like, as you do that? What was it? Gemini. Cannot believe how much I fucked up. Probably not. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've only been watching mostly your GMA stuff. I haven't caught the other stuff, so. He's also got a Patreon of his own. I used him as one of the examples of talking about Patreon for YouTube creators during my CPG Rant / presentation on that, so. But yeah, so one of the things that I want to do is actually move into taking some of my CPG Rants on content creator stuff, redo them with higher production values and other things like that. You know, make them color graded because everyone knows that color grading is what makes real productions, and go ahead with that. And re-release them on a new channel. So to take some of my, like, you know, my CPG Rant on what makes you special or other things like that, repurpose them, release them, and get them out there and create a new channel that's just targeted that kind of content. So, hello Dark Dragon of Gaming, hello Modern Retro Gaming. I am an idiot who has basically just, like, ruined his entire night of play so far and will now need to restart and beat everything again. So, if I seem a little bit cranky, or if I seem a little bit rushed, or anything else like that, feel free to acknowledge that this is reality. This is the real life. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? It's easy come, easy go. Is Barb streaming? I don't know who's streaming tonight. Barb, earlier I was like, hey, I might be streaming, and Barb was like, oh, me too, so. Choppy stream. Yeah, I totally fucked up, that's all. Yeah, YouTube is making the Creator Studio better. There's a link around, I don't know exactly what it is, but youtube.com/YT/studio maybe or something like that, which has information about it. You can sign up to be in the beta and sign up to get feedback and everything else like that. I think the reality is that the Creator Studio is now like 2 revs old on the content that, like, the content style and everything else like that. It's clear that it has some room for improvement, so, you know, better inline editing, better tools, other things like that. Okay, I don't know why the stream is choppy. Hopefully it'll clear up on its own, because I don't think I can do anything about it. There you go. If that works, I don't know if that's right or not. That was just my guess. Fuck! Fuck! Okay, it's back now. Sorry, you said that, and I was busy trying to make my way through this stupid water. Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot more profanity than there really should be for the rest of the stream because I'm doing everything fucking 3 times because I suck. I am at least putting down save states like every, 10 seconds now, so. I can do that. I mean, the stage is brutal, but it's not that bad. It's one of those things that where once you learn it, it's just, it is what it is. You have to know to, like, as the dragonflies get to there, you jump, and then they don't come and get you. And you have to dodge the bullets. It's all about timing, which is not really that unreasonable. Like compare this to the jumping stages in Mega Man 2, I think a lot of people would prefer this. And I think that's basically what the equivalent is, so... Oh my god! Seriously! So while we were in LA, I did actually schedule a trip for a few of us to go over to the YouTube space in LA, which was pretty fucking cool. So the YouTube space LA has 8 different stages, has hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of incredible equipment. We didn't get to see all the stages because they're filming a big YouTube Red original series there, but we did get to see the post-production areas, which include like this giant, you know, 83-track mixing board. They had, at one point, someone was in there like doing post-prod on the YouTube Red original series that they're working on, and so he had like 3 monitors, and one had like 12 cameras on it, and one had like 4 cameras on it, and one was like his final feed, and he was just like ripping through it and managing all these things. Hello, Colin! So it is like a super, super awesome space for doing production, and I wish that I don't know. I would say I wish I took videos, but I honestly just really enjoyed just seeing it and like concentrating on enjoying the space rather than trying to like photograph it and document it. So there's probably people out there who've made better videos on it. Like, the reality is that the YouTube Spaces teams are the people who work closest with creators and have the most production experience and everything else like that. It is super cool. They have so much stuff. So once you hit 10,000 subscribers, you get access to the space to take classes, to use the small studio once a month, to use the post-production facilities 3 times a month. They've got like Macs there, they've got rooms there, they've got a Foley room, so you can do, like, they have like in the floor, they have these little like boxes set out, and they have like grass and sand and rocks and straw, so that you can go through and like do all of your Foley stuff in there. You've never played Mega Man 3. Mega Man 3 is definitely my favorite Mega Man, but I am proving tonight that I suck at it. In part, though, not just by sucking at it, but in part because I keep fucking like resetting to an old save state because I set up buttons on this controller that I have hit accidentally 3 times. So, hello, this guy's falling. So now we're back into cheating our way through with regular save states rather than playing legit, at least until I get back up to the top man's level, at which point I may stop cheating so hard. Or whatever level I was on, I don't remember. I beat top man, I guess, so. Is that a little bit better, SnapClickKat? I am not on my usual setup today because I am streaming from the San Bruno office here in beautiful San Bruno, California. As people might have seen from my jaunt outside the office earlier today when I explained in a live stream that I was going to be late for my live stream. It's good to see you, Mrs. SnapClickKat, in the chat. SnapClickKat, of course. I'm gonna wear your shirt tomorrow, by the way, SnapClickKat, because I have a friend who super digs cats, and I want her to see my Cheers Clink shirt, because it's awesome. Oh god. Fuck. So yeah, now that I've already played through all these levels, I'm trying to get through them quickly to get back. Today I just wore my Nothing Burger shirt. I was like sorting through shirts. I'm like, I don't even want to wear a branded shirt. I just want to go to work. I was so tired. Like this morning, I usually am awake at like 6:30 in the morning. I usually wake up after about 6 and a half hours of sleep. And this morning, after like 8 hours, I was like, oh my god, I have to get up, take a shower, etc., get over to the office before they stop breakfast at 9:30. Although San Bruno tends to run breakfast a little bit later, the whole office just runs later. Like in Cambridge, it would be really rare to have a line for dinner, and here in San Bruno, like dinner starts at 6:30, and there were literally like 50 people lined up, and the offices are about the same. Well, no, this office is probably bigger now, but not much bigger. And so like we had like it's just so many people here later at night. Yeah. So SnapClickKat, I hope you are having a lovely day, as lovely as I am, minus the save state fail. Yeah, 6 hours of sleep, I've just been trained on that. You know, I'm a parent for a bunch of years at this point. No, I was just saying, like, 6:30 p.m. Is when dinner starts, like, on the West Coast, so... I didn't mean to say Eastern Time. If I said Eastern Time, that was a mistake. But, yeah. So dinner starts at 6:30 p.m. no matter what. And in Boston, there are not a lot of people left in the office at that time of day. In San Bruno, there definitely are, so... No, it's no problem. You can wank away, SnapClickKat. I totally understand. I mean, be more brand unsafe. Sponsored by Coca-Cola. Not really. Boom. Oh wow, 4 hours is not a lot. That would be hard. I lived on 4 hours of sleep for probably about a year when I was managing a team in Berlin. I would wake up at like 5:30 in the morning, and then I would talk to my team in Berlin for an hour or so. Then I would get my daughter up, get her to school, and then both of them actually. Then I would go to work. By the time it was like a 45-minute to an hour commute. By the time I got home, it was like 7 o'clock, and then I would have more stuff around the house to do. And yeah, it was hard. I would usually fall asleep like 1 a.m. Oh, what a disaster that was. Oh yeah, so last night I was at LAX, and my plane was... Oh, the power went out briefly. Like, the power flickered across the entire terminal, so the lights went out, and the like, computers went down, and everything else like that. And the lights came... It was only, like, a brief, like, flicker, but unfortunately, although the lights came back, the computers are apparently terribly designed, and certainly not on UPS's, and so, like, the computer to scan your tickets apparently took 22 minutes or so to come back to life, which is ridiculous, but apparently true. And so our flight was delayed, which just sucks because it was already delayed. They couldn't figure out which gate it was going to be at or anything else like that. It was such a mess. Such a mess. So yeah, the only problem with my plan to create a YouTube channel, which is about kind of the thoughts on creating content stuff, is that it overlaps with my work, obviously. And so I probably should go ahead and get, like, approval from someone to do it. And it also competes directly with the channel that YouTube is trying to do for that, called Creator Insider. And, like, I'm just worried about it. I don't know. I can't decide if permission or forgiveness is the better approach here. Or maybe if I just want to work with the Creator Insider channel, like, reach out to Tom of Creator Insider and ask him what he thinks. But yeah, based on the people who come to chat, like, I think that if I were to release videos on this stream, on this channel, about, like, you know, the SNES Mini, right? Like, I think that if I had made a video about that this afternoon, I think I totally would have gotten viewership on that, because it's, like, although it's not directly related to my key content, it is something that is shared with my audience. So it would allow me to expand my audience while still being kind of true to the original content that I'm making. and that's something that's different compared to the kind of creator content. So the small audience that I have is totally willing to, you know, listen to my, sorry, small is not true. The great audience that I have, that's the better way to put it, because my audience is not that small. I get like 20, 25, 30 people watching me stream. Like that's a classroom. Like I do better than most professors at the grad level. Like all this stuff. So I should be reasonable and realistic about my expectations here. But the creator content, you know, the CPG rants about how to create and run a YouTube channel, it's easy for me to see why people who watch this channel would be willing to consume that, but not easy for me to see why people who like want to consume that channel content would be willing to take the content from my like gaming content. Because of course they're not. Like that's not what they signed up for. They care about content creation, and the two overlap, but only because of my audience, not because gaming overlaps with that. I said I was wrong. You're a great audience. I was wrong, man. I was wrong. Don't beat me up. So McMillan, are you gonna stream this week? Are you gonna stream on Wednesday? It is easy to like consider my audience small while forgetting that I have like one of the it is easy for me to think of things as small when I compare myself to these like top creators on the platform, right? Like GT Live brings in 15,000 people and has N million subscribers or whatever else like that. But the reality is that I don't have yes, that's true. I'm not in the top, you know, 0.1% or 0.01% or whatever those are, but I'm still in the top 10% because the reality is that if you take like a random look across streams that are out there, like most of them are zero viewership. Most of them are not pulling in anything at all, and it's easy to forget that, like, the fact that I built this community, the fact that I have all these people, the fact that I've made this collection and community and whatever else like that. So. I mean, the reality is that I should be farther than I am. The only reason I'm as far back as I am is because I fucked up. But I mean, like with anything, like once you can do it once, you just keep practicing it. So I've done this game a bunch. I've done it probably on like 3 of my 24-hour streams, if I remember correctly, something along those lines. So none of them have been legit playthroughs, but they've all been, you know, not too far off. So yeah, it's easy to forget when looking at, like, you know, MatPat or you know, even like Stat or Corey or anyone else like that, that like I actually have a like pretty big audience. I've got, you know, hundreds of views on most of my streams, like dozens of viewers on most of my streams. Like, it's pretty great. So take care, Oni. Yeah, I probably will not be on 2 hours from now. It's, what, 11:45 Boston time at the moment. I usually go until 1:15. Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, GMA, you've just, like, turned into, like, a powerhouse, so... and your Patreon has been blowing up, and I look at that and I get jealous. I am a jealous man. I love attention, and I love numbers, and I love bigger of both, and I don't have either all the time, so... I mean, I look at past me, and I'm like, man, I wish I could get those numbers again. Like, I remember when I used to, you know, routinely pull in 35, and then I'm like, oh no, it's only 25, or it's only 12, it's only 16, you know. It's silly. Of course it's silly, but it is what I do. Oh, god damn it. Forgot that thing was there. Get out of here. What we got? Okay, I got plenty of lives. It doesn't ever end. Yeah, no, it totally doesn't. That's one of the things that you hear from people at VidCon. They're like, you know, when does it get easy? It's like it never gets easy. Like the second that you think it's gotten easy is the second you're done. Like your channel is over. Like it never gets easy. That's just not how this works. So. Sharkman, sponsored by Coca-Cola. I really want like a brand deal, not because I want the money or anything, but because I want to find out like a cool way to do an advertisement. Like that, I know that that's like a stupid ass thing to think, but I honestly am like, I want to be wanted so bad just so I can do that. But I guess the answer is I should actually do it the other way around. That's actually one of the things that I heard from brands. There was like a creators tell, or brands tell creators what they want from us. Excuse me. And one of their pieces of advice was like, you know, I'm not looking for raw numbers. I'm not looking for, like, I'll sell that. Like, you've got to have some audience, but really more than anything, what I want you to do is come up with a creative spark, like something that I didn't, you know, have. Oh, so I'm playing in the Doom conference room at the YouTube office. So we have conference rooms named after a bunch of the, God damn it. We have conference rooms named after a bunch of games. So there's like Mario Kart and Gauntlet and Doom and Halo and other stuff like that. So this is the Doom conference room, and so I got the Doom picture behind me. But yeah, so like DJI was like, we would love to just have, or not DJ, Hasbro. Hasbro was like, we don't, like, I don't care if you have hundreds or thousands or millions of followers. What I want is for someone who's going to, you know, work with me to create something great. And what I love the most about being a brand and working with creators is like when they are super excited for me to see what they've done, because that means that we're going to probably build a great relationship in the long term. So it shouldn't be just about like, you know, having a platform and an audience, but instead about creating like a great integration between the brand and the creator. And I thought that was a really compelling message, like, and it was reassuring. So I should really think about, you know, what would a great advertisement for these things look like? You know, how could I use what I do best in order to, you know, do what they do best? And so if you look at so one of the podcasts that I listen to is now called Pod Save America. It used to be called Keep It at 1600. I think they moved podcast networks and had to abandon the old name. And they do these basically brand deals, these, you know, kind of sponsored advertisements in the middle of their show. And see, this I love. I know that I'm the only one, but I do. Oh, screwed it up. There we go. So yeah, so I really kind of enjoyed the message there. I do think there's probably like a minimum at which point it's not worth it for them to invest the time. So you have to build up some kind of default audience first, but you should think about the ways to do it. And so like keeping it 1600 slash whatever, the Pod Save America now, they do these really great like branded advertisements where they're like, you know, we wore these shoes at the wedding and they were great, and you know, John Lovett was, you know, or the Cash App. They're always talking about like what they just did with the Cash App, and it's always just pretty funny. Okay, Spark kills Magnet. Am I on Magnet? No, I'm on Hardman, aren't I? No, maybe not. Oh, I'm on Magnet. Spark kills Magnet. Okay. Or Sharp. There we go. Yeah, so the reason there's a gym behind me is for that, and the reason that I picked this room in particular is because approximately 2 years ago, when I had streamed like twice, I actually came here and streamed from this room shortly after YouTube Gaming launched, and it was one of the things that actually got me back into streaming, or got me into streaming. I was here in October, shortly after YouTube Gaming launched, and I streamed like once before, but I'd gotten my 10 concurrent viewers, which is all I ever expected to get, and I was like, alright, I'm done. Like, I'm just not going to stream anymore or anything else like that. And when I was here, I actually took like a Wednesday afternoon, evening, and I streamed just like this, and it like was so fun because I just had so many people watching. And like it was just enjoyable, and I could be loud, which I couldn't really do in my house at the time, and like I had good internet and other stuff like that. And so there was all these things that just made like streaming from here really fun, and it was what brought me back into the streaming fold. So the reason that I did the Extra Life stream in 2015 was because I came to the office and I did the stream from this office, and that's what actually got me into streaming kind of like on a schedule, was doing the Extra Life stream shortly after this. So it's got a little bit of a special place in my heart, so I decided to come back here. Last year when I streamed from the office for VidCon, I did not use this room because I was not sure. I invited a bunch more people, but I didn't end up getting many, so I probably could have streamed from here. But so I grabbed a bigger conference room. I grabbed the Afterburner conference room and played from there instead. Mikey L the Gamer, the stream has buffered several times. I'm streaming over Wi-Fi, which you know the perils of. The early buffers were not the fault of YouTube, but instead of the Apple VT hardware encoder, which is actually the same thing that I think ended up causing the problems from my stream on the spherical video stream. So I've stopped using the hardware encoder, gone to the software encoder X264, and it's been much better. But I'm on Wi-Fi, so like there's still issues. And the reality is that like Wi-Fi in the YouTube office is generally terrible. So although our overall connectivity is good, I'm also in a building with like thousands of devices which connect to the Wi-Fi. Now it's a little bit better at this time of day, but like using Wi-Fi in the San Bruno office has historically been a complete and utter joke. So, oh, it's no problem, Disguise. I'm happy people are here at all. Like you know me, as much as I like complain and forget and everything, like I say lots of things, but the reality is that given the content I make, like my audience is both like belligerent and numerous. I mean, it's just awesome and huge. Like I would be as a streamer on Twitch not doing speedruns, I would be like one of the top 5 streamers on Twitch doing retro gaming. So and the reason is because of all of you. Like, it is easy for me to forget that the content that is older just does not have that much demand. I am not that special, so. Every time you miss my stream? I don't think you had I had a printout. I just keep that shit in my head, man. It was kind of funny. I was having a conversation at lunch the other day with the person who leads our scaled abuse efforts. So the person who works on making sure that we, you know, protect the YouTube and our site and our users from spam, which is an important thing because spammers are fucking monsters who hate users and fun. So we were talking at lunch. He was like, "All right, tell me what's bad. Tell me what's bad. Tell me what I can fix. Like, what do we need to fix here?" And so we were talking about all these things, and we were talking about, you know, everything that under the sun. And he would be like, "All right, like, fine, I can't fix that one. Next one. You know, can't do this. Do the next one. Can't do that. Do the next one. All right, I can do something about that. We're working on that. We're working on that. We're fixing that. We're gonna fix that. It's good. It's bad." And I was like, whoa, man, like, slow down. Like, I am a fast-moving man. Like, you've all, you know, you've seen me, you know. Like, I'm a man who will jump from topic to topic. I am a. Oops. Wait, is this the wrong thing? Oh, I totally did the wrong thing. Shadow kills Spark. Okay. There we go. And so, like, he would be, like, I would say something, and so one, he's very fast moving, like, very much on the ball on all these things, but the other thing is he would be like, as so many people do, he'd be like, alright, so what about this? And I would be like, yeah, you know, there's this, and I was talking to, you know, George about this, or I was talking to Fred about that, or I was talking to, you know, Cindy about that, or anything else like that, and then he got to, like, the middle of the conversation, he's like, you really know all the people, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, what do you do again? I said, I work on video infrastructure as a software engineer. He's like, why? Like, this is what, like, people are often surprised by. It's like, you know all of the people inside YouTube, but you don't even work in this area. And so occasionally I get the question for people like, how do you pull this all off? Like, how do you like write docs for new features on the gaming team at the same time that you're like filing, you know, 1,273 bugs, literally that's how many I filed, at the same time as you're talking to, you know, all these other people. Exactly, like corporate espionage, that's what I do. I mean, I was trained by the best, right? Like, Mark and other people on our team, like, we were the corporate espionage team inside of Nokia. Like, we constantly had to go around, and we had to find the team that was doing a thing, and we had to kill them. And so, like... But yeah, so it's kind of funny whenever I run into one of these people who's like, what exactly is it you do again? And why is it that you know all of the things that I work on as well as I do? Why do you know all the names of all the people? Oh, yeah. Is it back now? So when it's glitching, is it just buffering, or is it saying, like, offline? But yes, I have told you my secret. Now I must kill you. Got it. Okay. So I think that the intent is supposed to be that, like, it doesn't say offline right away, and I think that that's what's happening, and I wonder if that's a change. So I have to look into that. I think that these minor blips causing it to say offline. So there's one thing that I really wish that OBS would do. Well, there's like 4 things I really wish OBS would do, but one of the things that I really wish OBS would do is display like a history of your health. Because the problem is, like, when you look down, right? Like, you guys all complain it's offline, and I switch over to OBS, and it looks green to me now, and YouTube doesn't have a way of reporting how much data it's receiving or anything else like that going back historically, and so, like, I don't have any, like, history here, so I can't see that, like, what actually happened is my internet blipped. Now, I watched enough earlier that I saw what was happening, and so, like, there's that. Interesting. But yeah, so there's some weirdness around. What I assume is probably the Wi-Fi here, because I'm basically seeing the bandwidth briefly drop to 0 and then come back, which is obviously bad and does not work well for people who are trying to watch. So I appreciate you all sticking with me through these dark times. I appreciate it. Alright, so magnet is what I use for this guy. Oops. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. So one of the things that Pat, the person I'm new fanboy of, suggested in doing streams was to kind of target a 2-hour arc. So create an arc, come in with an expectation, create the arc, and go through it with the expectation that 2 hours is pretty much a good time to spend on a live stream and have a narrative arc. But beyond that, there's diminishing returns on, you know, watch time and investment from viewers and other things like that. So, hey, Mega! Meg is one of the people that says she lurks my streams all the times, and I actually believe. So she was very helpful in the VidCon area for helping transport people around, does her day job as a Lyft/Uber driver, and was able to help a lot of us out. So I appreciate it. I know Gaming Lawyer also appreciates the ride that he got down from LA. I'm still a little bit sad that I missed out on a chance to see Mike Yale the Gamer, but that was my own fault for, you know, spending too much of the time at the conference. Alright, there we go. Yes! Quality viewers schedule their lives around you. Like, that's absolutely... And I mean, he basically says that this is what you have to... I mean, this is part of the reason why he says that, like, don't announce... Like, don't send out notifications for your live streams, is that, like, people will show up if you are consistent and they know when you're going to be. Like, you communicate to that to them, and they will either make it or not, and they will see it on their homepage if it's going to be recommended by YouTube or whatever. And, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I get a little bit of a hard time from, Jess. I have no idea what to use on this guy. One second. Let me pull up this other page here. Metal Man. Oopsie. Just almost bumped my save state again. So yeah, the reality is that unlike VODs, live content, you have to schedule your life around, and people do. So you should always keep that in mind, is that that's a thing you gotta do. He was hitting on Foxy, right? Hey! We killed a large ghoul. So yeah, if anyone has any specific questions on VidCon, I'm happy to answer them as best I could. The industry track I know someone asked about earlier, I didn't end up getting a whole lot from. I did go to one of the things that actually happened in the classic style of VidCon is what I got is meeting people. So I actually got to meet the head of digital content production at the LA Times. I got to meet the executive director of the industry track at VidCon because I got to do these things at the industry mixer. I also met a guy who is working for a startup which is doing what was it? It's working for a startup which is doing one-to-many live streaming as part of a dating app, which is kind of interesting. Hello, Nicholas. How's it going? Oh, come on. Come down. Yeah, there's things that kids can get away with that adults can't. I feel like hitting on Foxy is probably one of those things. I don't know, maybe he didn't get away with it there either, but I feel like if anybody could, it would probably be him. Excuse me. Goldfish soda? I don't think goldfish soda is a kid's favorite dream. I think that might be a misnomer. I'm kidding, of course. I know that you mean goldfish and soda, but can't be a smartass if I treat you not literally. Swimmingly, but tush. Meg's like, I don't participate in the Oxford comma debate. I just ignore commas entirely. Problem solved. That's a very useless weapon, so won't be using that again. So yeah, I'm a big fan of MatPat. I'm disappointed I missed his panel. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the slides from the panels I didn't get a chance to go to, because all the industry track slides are actually prepared and presented after the fact. I'm excited about the new Creator Academy course on Search and Discovery, which contains a lot of the material that was covered in the slides for the Search and Discovery presentation. So if you go to the Creator Academy and search for algorithm, you get the first result is the new Search and Discovery class, which I think is pretty good. Fuck! Oh, it was you and Foxy. Man, this is a pimp daddy there. Ah. Fuck me! Jesus Christ. I see. Leif, I don't think it's that weird. I think that doing A/B experiments on thumbnails is totally reasonable, and YouTube doesn't provide a really great way to do it other than iterating through them. The only thing I'll say is that it can be a little bit hard, depending on the type of content you're making, to do comparisons, but because you don't have like a super huge established audience, I think that it's still pretty reasonable. That's one of the things that, like, in general, you want to compare apples to apples, and changes in time are actually a big, factor on a lot of different success metrics for YouTube stuff. So, hello, Louise M! How's it going? Okay, that was frustrating. Using up 2 E-tanks on that fight kind of sucked. Yeah, so given that, like, all of your audience is suggested video clickers, like, it would be really nice if you could, like, establish, like, pick a traffic source, narrow the content, and then do breakdowns on things. Like, okay, I want to just look at content, like, views from people who clicked from suggested and see their behavior. But instead you've got to kind of deal with that in the best ways you can, so, I think that it's fine. Like, looking at the clicks from suggested videos and then seeing like how much watch time you get week over week based on the thumbnails is something you might want to do, but Oh, that was nice. I mean, you don't have to ask them to, Mike, but this is one of the strengths of having a consistent schedule is that people can choose to, right? Like, not everyone is going to do that, but I know that there are people who absolutely, like, you know, they know that I am live at 9:15, and they are there at 9:15, and some of them stay all the time, and some of them just stay at a given time. Like, if I end at 12:15 on some night, I know that I will be getting some people who are asking me, like, hey, you know, what, you ended early? Like, I was gonna be there, you know, not too long after, or other things like that, so. There we go. So yeah, I don't say like, hey, be here at 9:15 or I'm gonna fucking hurt you, but I also don't say like, oh yes, I will play at whatever time you want me to, you know, there's trade-offs on both sides, so when you've got an inconsistent schedule, it definitely makes some of those, you know, as I said, not all rules that are provided, especially by big YouTubers, people who are trying to do this for a living, or anything else like that, are going to be universally applicable. Not all these things are going to be a, you know, one-size-fits-all. They're all just different, you know, approaches and general lessons that you can learn and apply and use. And if they don't work for you, they don't work for you. You know, not everyone's creating the same kind of content. Not everyone has the same goals. That's another thing that MatPat said in an earlier live streaming panel was, you know, make sure you know what your goal is for a given stream before you go into it. Oh no! Seriously? Fuck. That's a shit show. I may just have to die and I don't have enough. Shit. But yeah, do I have the energy to play this game right now, and do I have time to do so? Is a totally reasonable way to do it. And the reality is that you're not trying to make a, you know, you'd like to grow, but you also acknowledge that, like, that's not the primary goal you have above other things in life, which is fine. Like, many people would say the same. I think Brad has made it very clear that there is no amount of work that he is willing to do in order to specifically achieve these goals. I think it's kind of disingenuous for him to say that given how he behaves, which is to create compelling content and attempt to be there for his audience, even to the point of sometimes communicating when he's not going to be around. So I think that he's maybe not giving himself enough credit in this space, but I think it's totally fine to say, nope, this is about me, not about you. You can stream on one monitor, Mike. Don't tell me you can't. Says the man playing on a MacBook Air alone right now. It is harder though, don't get me wrong. I streamed on one monitor up through Christmas this year. So for the first 13, 14 months that I was streaming. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just doing what I'm doing. Whatever it is what it is. I'm not bothering to, like, it's not my usual setup and I don't have a lot of tools to stick with it, so. Is that because does the Elgato you've got doesn't let you just doesn't have the like latency that you can play directly from the screen capture, I assume? Fuck, let's not die, which I'm about to. Oh shit, 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 shit! No! What was I thinking? Alright, I might be able to make it across here, so I'll go ahead and try again. I forgot that I can shoot while I'm on this thing. It is hella difficult. Well, another thing is that it's easier when you're playing on a game that can be low res, right? So, gotcha. Yeah, it would definitely be difficult to stream with 650 milliseconds of latency. Don't get me wrong. Oh, fuck! No! That was stupid. There you go. Yeah, that sucks, Mike. I'm sorry to hear that. I kind of missed the important part of that story, which is that your daughter is obviously going through some shit right now. I'm sorry to hear that. I totally know the feeling, like, I just want my daughter to feel better. It sucks to have people go through shit like that. Fuck! There we go. Now I'm alive again. I definitely got a minor sunburn on my arms from going down to Redondo Beach. By the way, do you go to the beaches much in LA? Anyone who lives near LA? I guess this applies to both Mikey L the Gamer and to Gaming Lawyer. I'm curious. I went to Redondo Beach, which was very pretty, but the only thing I said was like finding parking near there was a disaster, which is not really surprising. Time of day, everything else like that. Oh, well, that was stupid of me. Could have just waited for this frickin' whatever. Alright, full life going into this, and I want to use hard knuckle. Yeah, overall, I got some minor sunburn on my arm, but not much. And that was it. Using Oceanside. Gotcha. I commented that, Gotcha. So I will say that Redondo Beach was not super crowded. Definitely along the waterfront, I feel like there was, you know, a little bit of lack of space, but, like, the entire area behind that was totally open, so I had, like, you know, tons of space. My beach is Lake Tahoe. Hello, Matusagans. Gotcha. Oh, fuck! I think the only thing about it that's kind of silly is the now closed power plant is a little bit of an eyesore. It's hot out here! I'm glad you made it back safely, by the way, Matus. Like Lady Kitty Unicorn got back, and then her AC went out in her house. So I think I decided the person who broke the AC in our house was not me. Just like I broke the AC in our last Airbnb by being there. But instead it was all LKU's fault. But yeah, I was commenting that, you know, in New Hampshire we have the we have Hampton Beach, which is a kind of low-rent version of the Atlantic City Boardwalk, which is not exactly a high-rent place itself. So that gives you a sense of what you're dealing with. And I said that the white sandy beaches of LA were better, but in pretty much every direction, whether it is the people who are on the beach, the people who are off the beach, the people, you know, it's a much prettier, you know, trip. I've been to Ocean Beach. Ocean Beach is pretty nice. I think. I don't know. It seemed nice to me. I didn't go swimming. But yes, I do agree that beaches are not something that NorCal is particularly known for. Alright, this time we're just gonna cheese it and use our Rush Jet. We'll do this part. Nope. Rush Jet it is. So the trick with Rush Jet is that when you're— oh, fuck! Okay. Whew. I was like, oh god! Everything's broken! The Rush Jet is— when you're jumping, Rush Jet doesn't use up any of his, like, power. So if you constantly jump on him, he will use less of the pellets. So you can use him for longer. So this is probably Woodman? Yes, it's Woodman. Okay. Fuck. Alright. I probably actually should have just died there. I mean, it's not really trivia, it's just a random thing I know from playing the game. I don't know. I do not think I'm Mikey L the Gamer, though. I am definitely... I'd be no good as a Marine. I don't do well paying attention to things other people tell me and doing them even when they're stupid. Which I feel like is a requirement to live in military life for any time at all. I would be... I don't know if you can flunk out of boot camp. I guess you probably can't, but... I would be such a... I would do terribly at that. Alright. What do we got here? Let's get some Rush Jet in here. Hey, Airbending Eagle, how's it going? I mean, if you have a contract with the military, what do they do when you flunk out of the military? I'm sure I fully understand. Alright, let's grab my sharp. Ah, gotcha. I did not know that. Oh, shit. Fuck! Gotcha. Okay, I don't know. Shows what I know. Interesting. So my understanding, perhaps incorrect, as I've never been a member of the military, and probably never will be, is that there's a lot of boot camp which is, I mean, okay, so actually that's not fair. Boot camp is not stupid orders, but it is things that seem stupid, right? So I think that that's the reality is, like, when Jess is like, you know, when I was in boot camp, I learned how to eat quickly because they would, you know, have us go into the dining hall and give us 5 minutes to eat and then tell us we had to go out. But of course, in reality, that makes sense. That is the thing that if you're in a war zone or whatever, like, you may have to eat quickly and then have to stop eating. It is a good life lesson. Waking you up at 5 in the morning and making you do a 10-mile run is not an impossible thing to think of happening in a environment where you are doing, you know, where you are actually in a combat situation. That was the word I was looking for rather than war zone. If you're in a combat situation, like, that could absolutely happen. But as someone who, like, wants to get a good night's sleep, this seems like a shitty order. And so while I can see the rational, like, basis of it, I would also be like, fuck that shit. So speaking in the third person also makes sense, right? Because if you're imagining a situation where you are, like, talking on the radio or something else like that when command is no longer in place, like, identifying yourself is very important, especially in like most radio situations. You can't identify other people by voice, so fuck that shit. Okay, that was... Thank you very much, Doggett. Hopefully that's not too loud.
Fuck that shit indeed.
The angry voice lady has it. Yeah, so I think I used up all my bonus life credit earlier. I got like 5 bonus lives in a different tadpole area, and I think that that's going to be my, oh, I didn't get all of them, I guess. I realize that that's not actually how odds work. Like, I'm not completely, you know, stupid, but I do feel like, oh god, seriously? Alright, let's see if we can... You can, Gar! Everyone can make the talking thing talk. All it takes is money. Here it goes.
Oh my god, I can make this thing talk?
That's right.
Gar.
Hashtag Gar. Oh, I guess she said :gar because that's what the API gives. It should say like, you know, Gar with smiling face or something. I don't know. I gotta give it a better. I gotta give some better emoji support here. I wonder what happens if custom emoji on Streamlabs on like Twitch. Like, does it pronounce the custom emoji name or what does it do? Hey, extra life. Get out of here. I need that extra life. There we go. I wish that these things would drop E-tanks. That would be useful. Use one of those. So what does the screen reader say when it reads like the Gar emoji? Does it just say Gar? Or does it say like :gar? Oh, thanks for subscribing. Oh, Waffle Raid. Hello, Waffle Raiders. Sorry. Hello, Amai and Tiny Diamond. Welcome to the stream. I'm the Chris who plays games. We're playing some Mega Man 3 tonight. No longer BTB, now Nyan Cave Raid. Oh, wow, that's loud. Wait, BTB is now Nyan Cave? I did not know that. I'm shocked and amazed. Welcome, BTB. Or Waffle Raiders. I don't know who's coming in. Well, whoever's here, thank you. Wow, that is really loud. Let me see if I can do anything about that. I guess I probably can't, but I can probably turn it down. Well, maybe it's not too loud for you all. If that's really loud for you, let me know. I think I know how to turn that down. I am streaming, I'm streaming from a different setup than I used to, than I usually do, because I'm currently traveling for work. I'm hanging out at the YouTube office here in the Doom Room, as you can see from behind me. Thank you very much. For subscribing. The Waffle Raid memo. Yeah, no kidding. Wow, that's pretty. Look at all those pretty emojis. They don't look the same, though. She just didn't say anything. She just like, nope. So I've gotta work on support for that as well. So the software that does alerts on my stream is livestreamalerts.com. Which is a website that I run. So Livestream Alerts has support for alerts from Super Chat, from subscribers, and everything else like that. Yeah. Oh, it's fine. We don't have to worry too much about it. But yeah, welcome the new Nyan Cave. I'm happy to see you all here. I saw your poll go by for a new name earlier. I think I did vote in it, but I don't remember. So I'm glad you were able to pick something that you liked. Now, does this mean that the BTB crew has changed its composition? Are you less people now? Well, I appreciate you all throwing money at me in order to...
Now I'll just feel cheap if I don't do this.
I'm glad you're all having fun with the emojis. So let me get a hashtag gaming lawyer, hashtag, was it Doggeth, and a hashtag Lath, and all you people, I appreciate having you here. Oh, Gar, yeah, was it Gar, Doggeth, Lath, gaming lawyer, thank you all for being here. What were those emoji? I don't know, whatever my browser uses, I guess. Probably the default font in my browser. Well, I meant more like, cause like BTB was like four people. It's like Clinton and like Tom and other people like that. So I'm curious if the streamers have changed around since then. Hashtag Gar. That's right. Uh-oh. The stream's probably gonna cut out for a second. So this is one of the issues with these really short latency streams, is that there's a lot of possibilities for even a shortcut out to be impactful to users. So, all right. See if we can stay alive through this. I'm gonna guess not, but. Yep. That worked out about as much as I'd expected, about as well as I expected. On the plus side, I have plenty of spark left, and I also have the ability to sharpen this boss, so it's fine. We will take him out! Tom and Clay. Gotcha. Hello, Lily. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here with that waffle raid from the new Yang Cave. But yeah, BTB, I hope things are going well now that you're the new Yang Cave. Thank you very much for the raid, and everyone who's here. As I said, I'm the Chris who plays games, playing retro games every Monday at 9:15, whatever I feel like, every Friday at 9:15. Tonight we're playing some Mega Man 3 and talking about things like VidCon. I'm playing here from the YouTube office in San Bruno, California. I'm playing in the Doom room. All of the rooms on the first floor of the YouTube office in San Bruno are, well, one of the offices in San Bruno are named after video games. And so we have the Doom room and the Halo room and the Mario Kart room and Gauntlet and other things like that. So, Lily Danielson, you are really that cool. You are even as cool as Dick Butt. And we all know that Dick Butt is pretty much the coolest guy in town, so with that in mind, I think you're well on your way to probably being one of the most successful and brilliant people ever, approximately. There might be one or two cooler people in the world, but probably not more than that. I do just drift from town to town, that is true. No, Since my office, like my team, so I work on a team that works in Cambridge and in Mountain View, and since my team is split across coasts, I don't get a chance to see my team out here very often. So when I'm on the coast for VidCon, I try and get out, use the opportunity that I'm on this coast to actually visit my team as well. So, no MWB, I am currently in YouTube land over here in San Bruno, California. This is my home now. Well, thank you very much, Lily Danielson. I feel like BTV has probably noticed you once or twice, I'm not the only person who notices people. I know that for a fact. Let's get some hard knuckle in here. VidCon was great. It was good to both see people again, to talk to creators, to meet with new people, to learn what's going on. I was really excited by at least one of YouTube's presentations, which worked out really well. I still am very excited by our Search and Discovery presentation. It informed the CPG Rant earlier tonight. And I was also really happy to get a chance to see other content from creators. I got to see content on from MatPat, as I said, on live programming, which I think was really great. I got to see a presentation on what's it called, like production on a budget, which was also good. I think the biggest thing I learned, the biggest takeaway I have from that is that for production on a budget, you want to do a lot of your pre-production. So the more, get releases signed before you go shoot on set. Work with people and offer them money. If you offer people money, they will actually, they're more likely to show up. Which is not, a new thing to me, but it was still a really useful thing to know, so. I was wearing my spinny hat. It was kind of funny because I saw someone in person for the first time who's a coworker at one of the presentations on live, and she was like, I've never seen you in person before. And then when I saw her again today, she was like, you're not wearing the hat. I said, yeah, that's mostly a VidCon thing. Actually, what I said was that was my creator hat. That was my creator hat you saw on me. That's what I said. Alright, I don't need any hard knuckles, so I'll fill up my rush jet. Yes, Deliberately Creative and MWB Arts were both on a video. Yeah. Alright, what should I be using here? Bring it on. Let's go. I'm gonna take your turtles. Oh god. Maybe I can't take your turtles. There we go. So yeah, one of the things that I want to do is actually go back, and I did all these live interviews, and I know the quality of them is going to suck, but I want to take them all and I want to roll them back into VODs on I think the new creator channel I'm thinking of making. So to take each of the interviews with a different creator, kind of, you know, clean them up and get captions and everything else like that I should have for them, and upload them as separate works of art, such as it were, to a separate channel. So, well, there you go. Now you know what it's like to be a personality on a YouTube series. Just got to do that every time. I actually really liked a lot of the questions I asked and the answers I got, especially like meeting Houston Paquette, whose channel I have still not checked out because I am still like so behind on all the things I'm thinking through from the entire trip. But I really want to his channel interests me the most because travel vlogging is one of the things that I want to do, and he's been to a ton of really cool places. Like he's been to, let's say, like Thailand and Nepal that he just got a new video up from, and other things like that. So, yeah. Take care, Lily. Have a great night. I hope to see you again someday. Absolutely. And thank you for stopping by. Alright, let's go down here. Oh no, it's the Yellow Devil! Oh no. I practiced this boss so much, in, like, the original, the first time I played through Mega Man 3, because I had played him in Mega Man 1, and he is freaking, because you don't have the slide, and for a bunch of other reasons, like, he is way difficult in Mega Man 1. And so, like, I practiced this maneuver so I'd be able to actually, like, make it through without, you know, dying. Obviously not super great at it, but yeah, so in Mega Man 1 he's just really hard, and basically the way that most people do it is that they cheese out the start button. So if you press the start button kind of repeatedly, you will like one of your weapons can do more damage than it's really designed to do. So yes, the Yellow Devil is much easier. Oh no, that sucks. Mr. Money, welcome from Argentina. Bienvenidos a la juego. Welcome to the game. Yeah, that's right. I did not realize I had to go all the way back here, so I should have been using my save states at this point. Oh, it's getting to be 1 in the morning East Coast time, so I definitely need to be kind of wrapping up so people can go to bed. I mean, I think we're only a little bit away from the... Oh, I've still got to do boss rush. Okay, so this is going to be... We're not really close yet, so we probably will not be finishing by 1:15. I also haven't been streaming for 4 hours, and I also, like, got fucking bit by my stupid save states earlier, and got knocked back a whole bunch, so that's why we're a little bit behind where we should be, as I lost basically a whole hour to that, which sucks. Well, fuck. ¿Habla español? Yo no puedo hablar español muy bueno, pero yo puedo hablar un poquito de español. Yo saqué 5 años en la escuela secundaria y yo no sé muchas palabras, pero puedo hablar un poquito. I don't know a lot of Spanish. I took 5 years in high school, but I can't speak very much. Oh, yeah, that would have been the smart way to do that, Matus. Smart is not what I apparently am at this time of night. I'm just gonna blame, like, the combination of streamer brain with VidCon brain for that one. Yeah, so another thing that makes him easier in 3 is actually the slide. Lets you get out of things that you couldn't get out of in 1. So, like, sliding under these is possible if you do it right. Oh, well, thank you. Gracias. Yeah, generally where I fall down in Spanish is my vocab. So I can say the words that I know, I can say just fine. Las palabras que yo no conoces, yo puedo decir con nunca problema. Pero, oh, what the fuck? Like, I hit him when he wasn't even there? Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work. I don't know why I did it. But yeah, the words that I don't know, I'm just like, are essentially all of them, so that's a bit of a problem. At least I've gotten a couple of E-tanks. Oh, that's right, the other thing that makes it harder on 1 is there's no E-tanks, and so, fuck me. Yo puedo hablar un poquito de Spanglish. Sí, es muy bueno. I love, or adding a. So that's one of the things that my Spanish teacher would always remind us is that if you want to borrow a pen, don't say yo necesito un pene. Pene means penis. So if you're saying I need a pene for your Spanish test, you may be taking the wrong kind of test. Fuck, almost made it. Oh, Jesus, seriously? Fucking Yellow Devil. But yes, obviously the first time he comes in, you can't actually watch any of the blocks, so you don't know what's coming next. This is much easier. I don't know, what else makes it different between 1 and this? Is it like, can you take fewer hits? I know that the electroshock is the obvious cheating answer to the one in Mega Man 1, but I don't remember why else he's so difficult. It might just be he does more damage with each hit, or maybe it doesn't do the little, like, turning one into a block so you don't get as much chance to avoid. Because, like, I'm not really sliding under these, I'm just jumping over. So I'm not sure what it was that made it so hard, but I definitely, like, Yellow Devil in my mind is still super scary, so... Oh yeah, Embarazado. That's the other common one. Mega Man 04 and Game Boy Advance is epic. Yo nunca tengo un Game Boy. I never had a Game Boy. Tengo? Nunca. I never had a Game Boy. I think that's right. So yo no sé nada sobre juegos en Game Boy. So I don't know anything about games on Game Boy. My brother had a Game Boy. He was a big Pokemon player, but I was never something that I had access to myself. Alright, at least I'm getting a lot of E-tanks. Yo, Traba Haba Haba. Oh, bah. But yeah, so this is the part of the evening where I can totally understand why it's valuable to end streams earlier, is because I'm now at the point in the evening where I feel like I've kind of run... It's not that I've run out of stories, but I've run out of the ability to tell stories for as long, so this is one of the things that I actually ran into as a problem when I was at my, company event at in LA is that, you know, I would be, you know, like, I'm at an event all day, and so I'm, like, in meetings and everything else like that, and people just expect me to be so on because they see me often in that way, that when they see me not on, they're, like, totally freaked out, so... Right. Snake my way through this. There we go. Luckily, those do a lot of damage. Boss rush it is. Oh man. I'm missing a lot of things. Alright, what else do I have missing? Okay, so we'll put the hard man in here. Do that. I think Sharp doesn't use things very quick. There we go. I hate when he's like, I killed you, I killed your fucking ass, and yet I'm still getting hit by your stupid things. Pain in the butt. Ugh! Yeah, I've saved. I've been saving like every 30 seconds throughout. I've only gone back a couple times, but... Seriously? I hate you, fucking needle man. There we go. Portal and Portal 2 are actually $1 and $2 respectively at the moment, which is pretty cool. So if you have never played Portal or Portal 2, I would recommend those. I would be interested in other recommendations that people have for Steam sale games that are, especially that are really cheap. You know, in the $1 to $5 range, I think would be interesting if there's something you want to see me play or anything else like that. I don't even know who I'm fighting. Magnet Man. I don't know if I'm Magnet Man. Spark. Sharp. Oh yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. I have Super Meat Boy. I've played Super Meat Boy on stream. I beat it. I actually spent like an hour beating the last level. It definitely made me want save states. Were you trying to book for this weekend? Like this while you were out here or something? Stephanie, take care. Hardman. Magnet. Welcome back to But. Hey Dan, how's it going? So some people who were at the YouTube gaming party might have gotten a chance to meet Dan while they were there, who came out with us on Friday night. Yeah. No, it's definitely a book far ahead of schedule thing. I mean, the reality is that nobody's getting into the space right now. So that's what I learned when I was out there touring, is they're doing a big YouTube Red production, and so they literally had like nothing at all, like for anybody. They had all the stages, the entire space completely booked. So, like this was which I like. Frankly, like, VidCon would have been the time when I would have said, like, maybe that wasn't the best timing, but, you know, I'm sure these shows happen when they can get the actors and everything else like that, so. You got destroyed by nature? Oh, no. So, Stephanie, are you closer to, like, New York, or are you... I don't know where you actually are, so... So Dan, I was gonna say, Dan is the tall guy with the beard and the Warby Parker glasses, but I realized there were like 4 of those people, so that's not helpful at all. Who am I fighting? I am fighting, I don't even know, Sparkman. Alright, Sparkman, you get, Sharpman. Alright, let's do this. Okay. They do a pop-up space in, I think, Vancouver sometimes, so they'll, like, just keep an eye out. Like, I'll keep you informed if I see anything popping up, but, the other thing to do would be to subscribe to the Spaces newsletter. Like, that might be another thing that you could do. I mean, another thing is, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how your channel goes. It's entirely possible that within the next year, like, you could find a time when, like, you're looking at doing a kind of integration or something else like that that would benefit from the space, and you could come down for it, you know? Like, things can happen. I think Vancouver, but yeah, so Vancouver is, I think there's a YouTube office there, and I feel like occasionally they've done, like, space stuff there, but I'm not sure. Alright. So let's charge my spark. That's good. My hard knuckle. Do you have to be in the space to finish the unlock? So I'm not popular enough, right? So I don't know how any of this works. Do you have to go to the space to finish the unlock process, or do you just have to? Is it all online? This is where you go all out. That's right, balls to the wall. Let's pull out the rush jet. I'll use that for Wily 3, and hopefully that's enough. Okay, I could be wrong then. I could also be thinking maybe it's Victoria and not Vancouver I'm thinking of. I don't know. So Matus, I'd say probably about it was probably split about 50-50. The people you didn't know between like YouTube staff and like other creators of some bent. But I'm not positive on that. It's hard for me to say because I don't like, obviously I don't know exactly who you didn't know, but I definitely found there were YouTube staff who were there who I didn't know, so. Ah, gotcha, Stephanie. So Extra Credit was there, which I thought was pretty cool. But the only reason that I know Extra Credits is because the YouTube community whines a lot about the fact that they have a feature that not everyone has. So that's my experience with their channel. Oh, Matus, you mean, Onicle. Right? Is that the huge Overwatch player? Okay. Grab that, and that. There we go. I don't need any of those things. Oh yeah, so some creators have access to this, like, series playlist thing. Where your playlist can have little, like, episode numbers. So you'll have, like, a season 1 episode playlist, and it's got episodes. So if you go search for Extra Credit or Extra Credits on YouTube and look at their playlist, and you play one of their videos, like, next to the title, there'll be a little thing that says, like, season 1, episode 3, and not everyone has access to that. It's one of the many, like, kind of features that you have to know somebody to get into, I guess. Alright, how do I get up here? Rush coil, because I used up all my rush jet. Yeah. And then we will beat you in the head. I love that Ballerina is the, like, this is like the one boss where using Ballerina is the best move. There we go. Yeah, it's Nickel, like that. Yeah, I actually met him right after, at the very end of VidCon last year, after that terrible, like, YouTube gaming panel, which wasn't about YouTube gaming. It was, I met him, and so, like, he actually remembered me, because at one point, I think I rated him, or I donated to, I don't know, he remembered me from VidCon, and I guess he didn't realize at the time that I worked for YouTube, or I don't remember, it was a thing. So he, like, I introduced myself, and he was like, oh yeah, we totally met at VidCon last year. And then I confused him with Nukem Dukem, because I met the two of them, like, within 4 hours of each other, or 12 hours of each other. And they're both, like, Overwatch people who are much bigger streamers who I haven't heard of, so. Yeah, I'll totally let you know, Stephanie. Anyway, we completed Mega Man. I'm even, like, on time. Didn't use my my save states to beat the final bosses at all, so I'm pretty good. He probably did Gaming Lawyer. This is not an uncommon mistake for people, though. I have had to tell people several times that Gaming Lawyer and the Video Game Attorney are two different people, so. Proto Man. Yeah, that's definitely true. The DALS is definitely big for data centers because of all the cheap power and cooling up there, but does not help you much for that, so. GG indeed. Thank you very much to the Nines. I appreciate you coming out and hanging out all night long, as well as everybody else who's here. It has been a fun stream, as I said, here in the Doom Room at the YouTube office, and I hopefully will actually be able to sleep tonight. But yeah, as I finish off my Coke, I'm like, ugh. But yeah, I will be not streaming this Friday, because this Friday I am traveling back to Cambridge. But I will be back with my normal schedule next Monday, retro game on Monday, whatever I feel like on Friday, and I look forward to seeing you all there, so. Yeah, I appreciate it. We'll just let these credits run out. Coodle, how's it going? Falling asleep as your head heads towards the pillow. Sounds great. I think I took about 4 minutes to fall asleep last night. Yeah, thank you all for being here and hanging out as I chat. I will be, you know, I may do some more mobile. So here's a question. As my audience, I am asking you a question. Feel free to give me any answer you want. If I'm going to be at Six Flags on Wednesday, would you like to see any mobile live streams at Six Flags? Like if I'm, you know, I won't use it on a roller coaster, obviously, but if I'm at Six Flags, would you like to see, you know, live streams from there? Whatever one's near San Francisco, I guess, Matus. That's where I am. I do not know. I'll have to read. I think Great America. Not Marine World. Ask Gar. Gar, are we doing Great America? Or Dan might know too. Great America. There you go. Now, is that like... That's like north of Oakland, right? So I should try and get on one of the shuttles so I don't have to drive from Mountain View up there and back. Oh, it's near San Jose. Oh, well then that's fine. I must have searched the wrong thing. If it's close to Mountain View, then I'll just drive myself. I don't know what I looked for. Maybe Google Maps was confused on where I was, but I feel like I searched for... I just, like, opened Google Maps and searched for Six Flags, and it's like, it's an hour and 47-minute drive, and I was like, oh god, that sounds terrible. So, that was my concern. I'm not going to do a stream on a roller coaster. I'll get myself kicked out of the park. Not getting myself kicked out of the park. You do a stream on a roller coaster, Gar. You got a phone. You probably got 100 subscribers at this point. Okay, so Six Flags Discovery Kingdom is where? Why is this the Six Flags it pulls up? Is that like nowhere near here? Yeah, so Six Flags Discovery Kingdom is like way north. Is there America, California? Like everything wants to just be the Six Flags Great America. Oh, because it's not called Six Flags, it's called California's Great America. And it's in Santa Clara. Okay. That makes more sense. And that is like a 20-minute drive from my hotel. So there is absolutely no reason I can't do that drive. Okay, that's good. Oh, okay. Shit, I can't moderate you from here. I will do that there. There we go. Can't moderate you. I can't moderator you. But yes, good night everybody who's leaving. Sorry, I'm just hanging out for a little bit and chatting because I drank a Coke and now I'm awake, so. I don't know who Koodle is. Did I meet Koodle somewhere? Alright, where's Matus's name? Matus. Hang loose with Matus. Alright, Matus is now a moderator for my channel. I don't know who anybody is. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to Six Flags in that place, Santa Clara. Oh, okay. Cool. California's... Okay, so is this not actually a Six Flags? California's Great America? That's what I was confused by. I keep saying Six Flags, but it's not Six Flags. Okay, totally my fault. I'm not going to Six Flags. I'm going to California's Great America. Ban Ratus. Okay. Is anyone streaming who I should raid? Didn't even check. There might be a Barb on. Barb said she was going to stream. I don't know if she did. That's right. You can't ban Ratus anymore. Here we go again on my own. Bam, bam. Alright, we got no Barb, but we do have... Okay, we've got Oshikurosu playing Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, so I'm going to hang out and watch that for a little bit. Yes, you can. You have to go to their channel and click the flag icon in the upper right on their About page and click Unblock. Everyone, no, I forgot. Gaming Lawyer, I removed wrenches from everybody because I wanted to get a sense of how many people ran into needing a wrench to get around the auto timeout or the need to send links, which are both things that I personally feel, although not as a member of the team, that YouTube should improve. And so I wanted to collect data from my own people by like moderating people again, because I used to have like 70 moderators, so nobody ever got hit by the issues with the YouTube chat as far as like I was concerned, but I know that in other chats I run into these things all the time. So I wanted to be like, hey, of the 20 to 50 people I routinely have in my chat, I have had to moderate 7 of them because they have been timed out by too aggressive auto timeouts or by the need to send links or whatever else like that. So, yeah. Yeah, I had like 70 mods on here, something like that. So yeah, we're gonna do a CPG raid. This is not the chat I want to do it in because I'm gonna do it over here. Septipus RPG raid, CPG raid. So we're gonna go over to Oshi, say hi, say CPG raid, and we will see all of you next Monday, or maybe in mobile live streams before then. So keep an eye out. I will see all of you later, and have a great night. Bye.